Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to the United Stand. It's never a I don't know what the word is. It never goes to plan, does it? Ronaldo apparently not starting in this game for Manchester United. McTominay and Fred do. Now, I've got no problem with Fred starting, but I'm absolutely fed up. I do, at this point, like, I hope he has a good game today, because at this point, I think we've almost become accustomed to how crap he is, because like there's no drama when he gets picked anymore. But he actually hasn't had a good game since Leeds on the opening day in August. And here we are, 2 days away from the start of December, and he's still starting games. And Donny van der Beek is again back on the bench. It's just so frustrating. And look, this is a league team. So let me just I think you can take it as read. De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof and Bailly with Telles. So it's a back four, but we've also played, it could be a five because Matic is playing, Fred is playing and McTominay is playing. So one of Matic or McTominay could be playing in a back five. Sancho, Bruno, Rashford. I mean, it doesn't actually make any sense to me what that team is, because who's the number 9? Are we playing with a false 9 of Bruno with Rashford on the left, Sancho on the right? If we were playing a back five, why would you not? Ronaldo must be injured. Like he has to be injured. That's all I mean, my biggest frustration is that we have Ronaldo is not starting. This is the big news. Apparently Ronaldo is not starting. We don't know whether that's an injury. We don't know whether that's a tactical thing, but I think if he's not injured, I'm happy to say that's ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous, to not pick one of the world's, if not the world's best finisher in a game where you're not going to have many chances. He must be carrying an injury. I mean, this is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got absolutely ripped for doing this when we played Everton. You can't not start Ronaldo. He's got to be injured. Like, I don't want him to be injured, but I just don't get it. And I think looking at that team, I think we're in big trouble. Now, never say never. Funnily enough, I was at Old Trafford about 3 or 4 years ago, and Mourinho picked a team against Chelsea. And when it came out at Old Trafford, everyone was going absolutely mad. Look, I don't think that this team is capable of winning. There is a team on the pitch there that, it could be a 4-1-2. 4-1-2, 4-3-3, whatever you want to call it. It could be all sorts of things. But they're doing well, Liam Spence. Hope you're doing well as well. Thank you very much. We've got an early super chat coming in as well, which is from Brad Lewis. He says, if this is the team, then Carrick needs to shove off with Ollie. This team is going to get battered with the midfield of those clowns. Well, 7 minutes till the official team comes out. That's the league team. If that's the league team and we get beaten, these are people that the club want Ranyik to work with. Like, it was never on Ollie. Looking at that league team, I'm going to tweet. In fact, I will tweet it now. Looking at that team, I don't know. So yes, De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Bailly, Telles, Donny's not playing. Matic, Fred and McTominay, Bruno, Rashford, Sancho. I'm just trying to, I've got people messaging me, got all sorts of things coming in. I'm just trying to get, just even a little bit of a rumor as to why he would do this. But it looks like he's playing a false 9. It looks like he's going to play a false 9, and we will have to see how that develops. But yeah, not the best. Not the best. That light needs turning over there a bit. Showing a bit of skin. Not too bad. No Ronaldo, no party. Ronaldo not starting. I mean, yeah, this is the news. Ronaldo not starting in the game today. So we will await. I mean, I'm as shocked as anybody else. We'll await the team news officially. But that one on the screen is the team that's been leaked out. We've got no reason to suspect that it's not correct. What does it look like to me? I mean, somebody might say maybe Ranyik's had a phone call into Carrick. Come on. He's not even been confirmed as Manchester United manager yet. He hasn't put a phone call into Carrick. This is on Carrick and McKenna trying to be clever again. And look, if it works, it works. But this ain't going to work. I'm sorry. I want it to work more than anything, but this is not going to work. I've seen Chelsea recently. Matic and Fred and McTominay are not going to win that midfield battle, I'm afraid. And if you're going to play Matic and Fred and McTominay, why the hell would you not play Donny van der Beek? If you're playing three midfielders, why would you not play Donny van der Beek? Because none of those three have got any creativity in them at all. It's just like Dougie says. It's almost like Carrick's trying to outsmart himself. It's not ideal. I suspect at some point we're probably going to get some sort of statement that Cristiano Ronaldo is carrying an injury and isn't on the bench. If he is on the bench, I do not know. I do not know what is going on. I mean, people are messaging me the team that it's true, but I suppose we're going to try and park the bus until an hour and then bring him on. To try and do that. Not officially confirmed, but it's a lot of people are saying that Ronaldo's not starting. A lot of people saying that Ronaldo is not starting. We know that McTominay and Fred are starting again. And I'll go back to what I said at the start of the show. Look, it's all about opinion. Everyone's got an opinion. My opinion is this. I don't think it gets spoken enough about by fans, by the media, by ex-players, how many times Scott McTominay starts for Manchester United, especially this season, over players that deserve more of a chance. And he's not had a good game since the opening day of the season. You are stretching to say he's had a half-decent game. He has not had a good game since the opening game of the season. He pulls a Manchester United shirt on 3 times a week. It's just a joke at this point. And I really hope that if it's going to continue under Ranyik, he turns him into a footballer, because I despair at the fact that Donny van der Beek was our man of the match in the second half against Watford. In that position, has to start as a number 10, in a graveyard shift on Tuesday night, and then he's nowhere near the starting lineup again. Ricky will not be very happy. He will not be very happy at all. They killed the man, but not the idea. I think that's one of the most relevant statements I've read in the live chat in a long time. They killed the man, but not the idea. This, to me, makes me think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was there just to get on with everybody and, make everyone make a good feel around this place, because these team selections are very, very Ollie-esque, and Ollie's not here anymore. So, the McFred obsession, the dropping of Ronaldo, it's what I always feel. It's what, last Sunday, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was it's a week since Ollie was sacked. But a lot of us said on the night that, we were frustrated that they hadn't got rid of the coaches, which was difficult because we had to train for the Villarreal game. Here we are a week later. We're still the same team that Ollie had. Like, sacking Ollie changed nothing. Leicester are beating Watford 4-2 at the moment as well. That sort of is a hint as to what could happen today against Chelsea when you've got Leicester battering Watford, who battered us. It just shows you that I'm walking into this game eyes wide open, and I'm sure many other Manchester United fans are as well. We are not a good team. We were not very good against Villarreal. We had a good result in Villarreal, and in the last 20 minutes, we did play very, very well. But for the first 70 minutes, we were poor. We're at Stamford Bridge. We're the away team. They know how to play football. We've been poor at football. And I think this is going to be very, very difficult. I haven't looked at the Chelsea lineup yet. Get Carrick and these coaches as far away from our club as possible. That team will get battered today, says Sean Turner. Well, I think if we do get battered today, they're in for a world of pain, aren't they? Because Ollie's lost his job and he's gone. If we get battered today, then they've got it. Well, they shouldn't be here anyway, but they've got to go. If they get it right, look, we're going to have to put our hands up and say, football's a team game. They've dropped Ronaldo and they've got it right. I absolutely loathe that team selection. That is true. Just shows that Carrick is the architect of McFred, says Nate H. Yep. We hoped that wasn't the case. Well, Carrick and McKenna. McCarrick love McFred. So yeah, that's very, very true. Thanks for your super chats, by the way. Thank you, Nate H. Hi, Mark. Always thought that our worst team is a 4-2-3-1 with McFred in the midfield. Not anymore. It's like playing a back five with no back five, says Akil. Yes, the team news will be, well, actually, I think it should be out now. Let me just have a quick gander on Twitter as the official team news comes out. It is that team that we've had. Frederick Fieldvet's just confirmed it. Ronaldo is on the bench alongside Van der Beek and Jones. Oh my Christ. Ronaldo benched. Ronaldo benched is the headline. I am stunned. I'm absolutely stunned that we have benched Cristiano Ronaldo. My captain in Fantasy Premier League as well, which, to be honest with you, just about that sort of befits my Fantasy Premier League season so far. But Ronaldo benched by Michael Carrick in a massive game for us. Now, he will be on the pitch at some point. Of course he will. But we can see Ronaldo there. He's just walking in. Ronaldo. Never scored against Chelsea, apparently. Getting it in my ear from Drawty there. Information, nothing else. Phil Jones, he's on the bench. Nick P says, this is the Christmas version of McFred Deluxe. It's like a burger with an extra pate, says Nick P. Yeah, our midfield three is not only McFred, you get a Matic with it as well. Hi, Mark. We've done that one as well. Carrick out is trending. Look, a game is never won or lost on the team sheet, supposedly. Let's just have a look at this Chelsea lineup. But I can confirm to you that Cristiano Ronaldo is on the bench. He has been benched by Carrick. We're calling him Carrick. You could be calling him a lot of other things. But Michael Carrick and Kieran McKenna and Mike Phelan have decided. And you know what? All that comes into my mind is that Everton game where Khabib was talking to Sir Alex at the end of the game and he said, you don't bench your best player. What have they gone and done? They've done it. So De Gea, Lindelof, Bailly, Wan-Bissaka and Telles make up the back four. You've then got Matic and McFred as a midfield three. Bruno as a false nine, Sancho and Rashford as the wide players. Unless we come up with a back five where McTominay plays in a back five, but that wouldn't work because you'd play a front two, and you wouldn't drop Ronaldo if you're playing a back five. So this is like a 4-2-2-2 or something stupid, isn't it? The subs are Henderson, Delo, Jones, Lingard, Mata, Van der Beek, Greenwood's back on the bench, Martial's on the bench, Ronaldo's on the bench. Obviously, Harry Maguire is suspended, Varane is injured, Cavani is still injured as well. Luke Shaw's not able to play either, which, watch out for that. There's nothing you can do when somebody's injured, but Telles, watch out for him defensively. I do not trust him defensively. The Chelsea lineup, well, Loftus-Cheek is starting for them. They've got a few injuries themselves. Mendy, Chalobah, Silva, Rudiger, James and Alonso as their back five or three and two wing backs. You've then got Jorginho and Loftus-Cheek with Ziyech, Werner and Hudson-Odoi. Now, that is not Chelsea's strongest side, to be fair. There are weaknesses in that Chelsea side, but I'll tell you why it's not a weakness in a minute. But they've got no Mount, he's on the bench. No Lukaku, he's on the bench. Pulisic is on the bench. But obviously Kante, Kovacic, Chilwell, all not part of this team as well. So and I think Havertz is on the bench as well. So they've got Havertz, Mount, Pulisic and Lukaku all on the bench as their options. But as much as that is not Chelsea's strongest team, it's still Tuchel. It's still Stamford Bridge. It's still going to be, I would suspect, very organised, and it's still going to be super difficult. So my prediction was I don't know whether I did a prediction in the preview. It was so long ago and we were talking about Ranyik so much. I think we are parking the bus. I think we are trying to hit on the brake with a bit of pace from Rashford. I think that's the plan. Ronaldo has been dropped for Rashford, basically, so that Rashford, we can just kick and hope. There's no creativity in that team at all. It's Bruno and Sancho and the pace of Rashford and then a load of defenders. That's what that is. I think we'll get beat. I don't think we'll get hammered. I think we'll get beat 1 or 2-0. I can't see that team doing anything. And also, it's all right saying, well, you can bring Ronaldo off the bench into a team that's under the cosh. You know, he's dropped Ronaldo to park the bus even more than I thought we were going to do. Why are Brighton fans booing after the game yesterday? Says this Smasher. I've got no idea. I don't know. I watched that game, but we didn't have the sound on. I don't know. They should have won. I don't know why you would boo your team. Ollie may be gone, but I take comfort knowing we still have Zayn, says Matthew Gartell. Love the show, Mark, but if this goes bad, that's definitely Carrick gone. Who drops Ronaldo? I mean, As I said, Sir Alex Ferguson was caught on a video talking to Khabib after the Everton game in the in the executive suite or wherever, and he said, "You don't drop your best player." Well, Carrick's just gone and done it. He's trying to be too clever. That's what he's trying to do. And even if it works, he'll go, "Well, I got it right. I got it right." But you don't. I don't think. I mean, of course, if we win, I'll be over the moon, and he did get it right. But you don't. We're not even in December, and we've dropped Ronaldo twice. We have. We could be 10th by the time Ranyik takes over. Might as well kept Ollie. Carrick and co need to go when Ralph takes over, as Skull said. Embarrassing. That's from Gamer Reaper. I actually joked about 7-2-1 on Twitter. It turns out to be a 7-1-2. Love always to the channel, mate, says Tomo. Thanks, Tomo. Ronaldo, come on when we're 3-0 down, says Jay Brooks. And Zane's in the house. He says, Ronaldo can come to us. He will be appreciated by us. Also, your new manager has not won a trophy like ours, says Zane. Yeah, see, yeah. I'm not saying anything, Zane. I'm very aware that we're playing Arsenal on Thursday night, so I'm in that careful territory. But as you can see below me, that is the team for Chelsea, and that is the subs for Chelsea. Their bench is also very strong, like ours. But breaking news, if you're tuning in, Cristiano Ronaldo has been dropped by Michael Carrick. Cristiano Ronaldo dropped by Michael Carrick, having scored a very important goal for Carrick on Tuesday night. You know, Villarreal were on top of us at the time, made a mistake. Ronaldo scored a big goal. Dropped, and Donny dropped, so that McFred can continue to annihilate our midfield. Donny and Ronaldo's chemistry is spot on as well, said Gamer. Look, to be honest with you, the game is not kicked off. Ronaldo's not injured. He's not carrying a knock as far as we know. He's on the bench. I mean, look, that might be a reason, but long live the ghost of Ollie, says Clayton. He could be the new Casper, Ollie the friendly ghost. He's like, you know, he would be there smiling, wouldn't he? But in fairness to Ollie, that's what I always said. I said this last week. I wanted Solskjaer to get sacked. Check my tweets from last Sunday. I said he shouldn't be going on his own. They've thrown him under the bus. They've thrown Ollie under the bus like he's the problem. And a week later, we're seeing it wasn't. Ollie was 25% of 100% problem, and 75% of that problem still at the club, and we can see it today. Ollie was part of a management team, and 75% of it is still bloody well here. Hi, Mark. I see this is Sancho's worst game. What is he going to do with the ball with no support? Carrick is just not trying to get blown out, says Akil. Yeah, Carrick is thinking about himself here. But in fairness, let's just say this. In fairness, if you were like, you know, you've always got to think about the other side here. I'm not talking about Chelsea. I'm thinking about those United fans who are saying, stop moaning, la, 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 because there will be people who do that, and that's fine. I suppose they would say, well, what would you do differently? Chelsea are top of the league. What are you going to do against a Chelsea side like this? Well, look, very easily, what I would do is I would have picked the same back four, if that's what he wants to do. I would have played... actually, you know what? I think I would have played a back five. I would have... The thing is, we haven't got the players to play a back five, have we? Because Luke Shaw's not fit. So, to be honest with you, I would have played the back four. And I would have played Matic and... I would have played Matic and Donny with Fred in a 3. And I would have played Ronaldo and Bruno and Sancho. That's what I would have done. Because then you've got Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo's so important as the number 9. This false 9 bullshit. I just don't like the idea of it. You've got to have a focal point. And look, Chelsea play with 3 centre-backs. We're playing with a false 9. Basically, what he's trying to do is just absolutely park the bus. And that's what we're going to see, because Chelsea don't concede goals as well. I genuinely don't know if I want to turn on to TV to watch this, says Red Harlow. Look, hopefully there's a master plan in there somewhere. Ollie's Obi-Wan and Carrick is the young Padawan. Luke using the Force with disastrous consequences, says Srin Vassin. Carrick did say he's got a similar philosophical approach to Ollie, so I'm not surprised, says Milverton. Welcome to Members Club, Joshua. Mark, can we get Zane on for an Arsenal preview? 2-1 United, says Luke. I don't think Zane does anything like that, to be fair. Rafe says, Ronaldo is old. Carrick trying to impress new boss. I'll bench him, master technician, says Brian Spence. Arguably our biggest game in terms of getting top 4 this season. Crazy decision to drop Ronaldo. Can't say I'm impressed at all, says Ramsey. Look, you know, I always have an opinion. And, you know, I always realise that when I say something, some people might agree, some people might not agree. You know, there's always the potential for it to create debate. I say this wholeheartedly. you don't drop Cristiano Ronaldo in a game like this. And if I'm Ronaldo, I'm not happy. It's like Bruno on Tuesday night. Maybe Bruno deserved to be dropped, but Ronaldo's made us relevant. I would liken this to, seeing the team news and Dean Henderson's in goal. That's how big I think this decision is, because Ronaldo and De Gea this season have made us relevant. You don't drop people in a game like this. What if in the first minute a cross comes in and Bruno's nowhere near it, but Ronaldo would have scored it? What if half a chance comes up that only Ronaldo would finish in the 30th minute and he's not on the pitch? Do you think Carrick is still consulting Ollie for lineup decisions? I think Ollie deserves a lot of sympathy, because obviously we are seeing this week not a lot of difference. We saw McTominay and Fred against Villarreal. We've seen McTominay and Fred again. We've seen Ronaldo dropped again. These are all things that happened under Ollie that are still happening even though Ollie's gone. The big clue is I'm not the coach. And he wasn't the coach. The coach is Carrick and McKenna. Might be a stretch, Mark, but seeing the article come out earlier regarding Ronaldo's bemusement to how Ollie reacted to the young boys' loss, any coincidence, as Bailey. And if you're going to pack the midfield, you could at least get Donny in there, surely, to carry more. Oh, you know what, mate? I just cannot get my head around that. I don't know why Scott McTominay's still starting games. I think I tweeted it last night. I'd had a few to drink, but I think I tweeted it last night. Maybe I just imagined it. But what I basically said last night is that I think the fan base has become immune to McTominay, in the sense that he just gets picked every game and people are going, oh, McTominay's picked again. Oh, no, it's so, what we're supposed to do. But look, I wouldn't mind if he had a good game, then a bad game, or a good game and then a bad game, or a good game, and then a bad game, a bad game. If there was, if he was inconsistent, I wouldn't, you could almost understand it. But he isn't inconsistent. He just doesn't play well. And that, to me, I just don't. I think Manchester United fans, and even myself, I would include in that, have just become immune to Scott McTominay and starting games for Manchester United. And I think it's appalling, really, that he's starting over Donny van der Beek in that midfield. And also, as somebody just said there, we're playing three midfielders. We're playing Matic, Fred, and McTominay. It's like the worst midfield three you could pick if you wanted to excite somebody. It's like having a, remember that program, like, what was it called? Dinner Dates, where some girl or boy goes around three different houses and meets three different blokes or women, and they cook three different meals. It's like Carrick having his dinner dates, and what we got for starters. We've got some crab sticks from the co-op, and then what's for main? Beans on toast, and what's for pudding? Angel Delight. It's just basic. There's no excitement in that midfield three. It's just work. McTominay, Fred, and Matic are workers. That's what they are. There's no flair in there at all. It's the sort of team that you'd expect Norwich to go and put out at Stamford Bridge. You're judging him like this is his football philosophy. He's in charge for one game against league leaders and has to avoid defeat. What do you expect, says Jimmy? Jimmy, I expect him to... You know what I expect him, Jimmy? You've lit the torch for your career. You know what I expect, Jimmy? I expect him to pick the best player in the world. As a minimum, I expect him to pick the best striker in the world. That's all I'm talking about, Jimmy. I'd love him to not pick McTominay, but I tell you what I do expect him to do. I expect him to pick the guy we're paying £500,000 a week to. I expect him to pick one of the greatest players to ever walk the planet. I expect him to pick arguably the best match winner on the planet. That's what I expect him to do. So you can have a little bit of a moan and say, oh, what do you expect him to do? Come on, have a word with yourself if you're thinking that. He's dropped the best player in the world, who's a goal scorer. To not play a striker. Scott McTominay is literally a championship level player. The midfield has been so bad so long that nobody notices, says Brad Lewis. We've taken 4 points from 21, by the way. Address yourselves here. Whatever your opinion is, focus in on that. 4 points from 21. I'll challenge anybody in the chat to tell me the last time we took 4 points in 21. What season was it? Has it ever happened in the Premier League? Did it happen in the 70s when we got relegated? Did it happen under Ron Atkinson? When was the last time Manchester United took 4 points from 21? And then consider this. It could be 4 points from 24 in a couple of hours' time. So we're not just talking about, oh, Carrick's only got one game. We're talking real life. We could be mid-table. I mean, what does the league table look at? What does the league... We're 10th at the moment. We are 10th at the moment. Officially 10th. Brentford have not gone above us, but Leicester have gone above us. Brighton went above us last night. We're in 10th place. And the only reason, it's not worse than it could be is because Spurs game has been called off. We're 6 points off fourth in 10th place. It's not a great situation. DM says, really makes you wonder. I'll read that hashtag in a minute. Hashtag Ask Goldbridge. We can do that. Really makes you wonder how many questioned lineups and substitutions under Ollie were influenced by Carrick, says DM. Love this channel, but you need to moan less and actually look at the reasons why a manager may have a decision and watch out for our results, says True Football. I think you need to look at what we've done in the last 7 games, mate. I don't think I need to take any advice from you. I'm more than willing to take advice off people, but I don't think I need to redress what I'm talking about United. You go and do some research for me and tell me the last time we took 4 points from 21, because I can't even begin to think what season that might have been. Flair, more like no hope, says Kaya. Where is our pride? Has Man United gone? I get that we're not at the same level as Chelsea, but and that's the disappointment, isn't it? It's such a weak. When you see a team like that, it's so obvious what the plan is. We'll have taken 4 points from 27 and 10 points behind Arsenal if we aren't careful, says Brad. Yeah, well, that's where we could be on Friday morning if we lose to Arsenal. But I'm hoping that Ranyik's going to be in by then. What actually is he trying to do with McFredich? Just parking the bus, or is there some sort of idea? He wants a draw, Tim. So in 1973, when Manchester United got relegated, they took 2 points from 21. That was the last. So this is the worst run of form we've been in league football since 1973, I think. Which, funnily enough, nobody's talking about. But don't understand why people are saying we were worse with Ronaldo playing. We would be in the Europa League right now if it wasn't for him, says Andrew Rossi. David Salter says, could this be a back five with Scott as a centre-back? It could be, David. We'll have to wait and see. I wouldn't be surprised if Carrick still has a conversation with Ollie and together picks that team, because that's absolutely pathetic, says Chris. I would keep an eye on that. It could be a back five. Crime, comedy, nightmare. How do we describe it? Coach is more of a problem than Ollie, says David. Thank you for the super chats. Oh, can I just say as well, I've pinned it at the top of the chat. It's also in the video description. I'm wearing one of our hoodies at the moment. We've also got our Christmas jumpers as well. Black Friday was on Friday, funnily enough. I think it's Cyber Monday tomorrow, but we're still doing 25% off. So if you click the link in the video description or the link in the chat, our hoodies, our Christmas jumpers, if you put it into checkout, it will automatically say the 25% off, because I tried it before we went live. So we've got 25% across all of the website today for hoodies and Christmas jumpers and T-shirts and mugs. 25% off. So if you want to get yourself something for Christmas or whatever, take advantage of that 25% off. So I think you can get your Last Dance ones and all sorts. Links in the video description for that. In 1989, Sir Alex Ferguson took 4 points from 10 games, apparently. How did he survive that? Ollie's like, why did I get sacked? Saying these guys promote youth is a joke. You're telling me a youth player couldn't have taken Jones's place, says IQ, 1985. It's favourites United all over. Rashford is clearly unfit and McTominay's been so out of form. Imagine this team with Ronaldo and Donny instead, says Sal. April, May 1989, they lost to Derby. This is it. JRB says they lost to Derby, Charlton, Coventry, beat Wimbledon, but were then beaten by Southampton, QPR and Everton to make it 6 losses in 7 games. So that would be 3 and 21. They are, well, look, it's never happened in the Premier League then, has it? They are resting Ronaldo because he is more of an equaliser than a mid-match scorer. So my guess is Carrick knows they will score and put a fresh Ronnie on, says Disconnecting. Got to play a back five with Maguire out, proven time and time again, but Ronaldo in a 5-3-2 and see how he gets on. Thanks for the abuse in the chat, by the way, says Jimmy Garner. Yeah, well, I think Jimmy, at the end of the day, Jimmy, I think you're spot on there. And I think I said it as well. And there shouldn't be any abuse in the chat for anybody. No, not at all. We shouldn't be getting any of that. It's just people expressing their opinion, whether we agree with it or not. But if we were playing a 5-3-2, you'd start Ronaldo because you'd play a front two. You'd be playing a front two. Are my eyes deceiving me? Did he actually drop Ronaldo? Carrick has balls, says Leo Spicer. Or he's just crap at his job. You could go for that, I think. And yeah, thanks for those super chats, especially the one about 1989. Carrick has given an into all those TV pundits who hate United and use Ronaldo as a scapegoat, says Joseph Borg. So I'm just going to... So what are your thoughts? Thoughts on Ronaldo being dropped? Thoughts on what Carrick said? A few tweaks and changes to freshen things up. I've had a good chat with Cristiano and he was great. And that's apparently a quote from Michael Carrick. If players were not happy that they weren't consulted with Ranyik appointment, do you think they won't buy into the pressing system and it becomes a failure? Ultimately, it's down to the players. This is Brian Gallagher. And if we don't start well, this will be worse than Liverpool. This squad will down tools when they see this crap lineup and go behind, says Brad Lewis. Clear to see Carrick was the pragmatic one all along. Always thought it was Ollie who was the one defensive one, but clearly Carrick is the same. Bore off, says Aram. I can see what he's trying to do with dropping Ronaldo, but this is Chelsea, not Norwich, says John. Look, I think at the end of the day, the dream result for Michael Carrick and the only result for Michael Carrick, because we ain't going to Chelsea and beating them 3-0. Like, we're never going to do that, no matter what team he picks. If you wanted to beat them 3-0, you'd have to have Ronaldo in the team for a start. What he's trying to do here is soak up pressure, get a clean sheet, get a point, and if we nick a goal, win the game. It's what it's been for 3 years at Manchester United. It's what it won't be. I mean, the thing is, this will not be Manchester United after today. Like, if Ranyik's appointed tomorrow, this is the last shit game we're going to have to ever watch. Because Ranyik doesn't play this sort of football. He doesn't play this keep it tight, keep a clean sheet nonsense. And to be honest with you, I think Carrick is... Look, we'll see how the game pans out. But my opinion is this, and look, maybe I'll be right, maybe I'll be wrong. You've got no Harry Maguire, which some people would say is a good thing, but you've got no Harry Maguire, you've got no Rafael Varane, and you've got no Luke Shaw. You're playing players that have barely had a look in. You know, Bailly, Tellez, Lindelof wouldn't normally start if everyone was fit. So you're playing players who don't normally get a look in, right? You've then got Matic and McTominay and Fred in the midfield. This is not a team that's anywhere near our best team. So making it defend... I think we would have been better off trying to get on the ball. And look, if Ranyik was in charge for this game, there's no way we'd be playing defensive football because that's just not what he's all about. So Carrick is basically picking a system to try and keep a clean sheet and nick a win. That's what he's trying to do. We're not trying to play on the front foot at all. So maybe Ranyik has told Ranyik's told Carrick bloody nothing. Don't be one of those idiots who thinks that Ranyik's told Carrick to pick that team. Ranyik doesn't play park the bus counter-attacking football. And that's what that is. And if I'm wrong on that, I'll admit it. But there will be people going, Ranyik's had a word with Carrick. Oh, is Ranyik, the man who architects like high-pressing, attractive footballers, rung up Carrick and said, please pick the shittest midfield three you can pick that's got no creativity in it at all. Drop Ronaldo and park the bus. I'd love you to do that, Carrick, because then I'll look really good when I play attacking against Arsenal. This is Carrick. Hashtag Ask Goldbridge. Hi, Mark. The lineup is ridiculous, but if you're going to go defensive, why would you bench your best striker? Rashi is my favourite player, but Ronaldo and Sancho or Cavani should be playing. Anyways, come on the Reds. Thank you very much for that from JK Plays. If you want to put a question in for Ask Goldbridge on Twitter, you can do hashtag Goldbridge. We'll get some of those up. And Rory says, freshen things up. I thought Fred was carrying a knock and played 90 minutes midweek. Surely if we are playing a false nine, then Martial should play, says Rory Saunders. Brentford have just beaten Everton. That's a massive result for them. Benitez will be getting sacked very soon. And if players were not happy that they weren't consulted with Ranyik appointment, do you think they won't buy? I've done that one from Brian, haven't I? Yes, I have. And Fred will hound Jorginho and McTominay for physicality against Loftus-Cheek. That's the plan. Take a deeper look and stop being pessimistic, says Damien Roy. Okay, so Damien has accused us of being pessimistic for not liking the lineup, but then has come up with the most pessimistic explanation of what's going on. So Fred's going to hound Jorginho. Won't be anywhere near Jorginho because Jorginho plays as a holding midfielder. And McTominay's there to be physical against Loftus. I mean, this is why people are pessimistic, mate. You've basically just said our midfield is there to try and stop the opposition. Great. That's so great, isn't it? We've got a muscle man in McTominay to try and stop Loftus-Cheek and Fred to try and stop Jorginho. Damien, look how the mighty have fallen. I can't wait until all this nonsense is over. Change can't come soon enough, says Andrew Rossi. Well, there was a rumour that Carrick was in charge for Arsenal. I mean, look, if I would say this to Manchester United, if you can't get Ranyik for the Arsenal game, top four's probably gone. Because if Arsenal beat us on Thursday, they'll be 9 points ahead of us. We'll be 9 points off fourth. That's going to take a hell of a comeback to do that. So, and if we play like this, if we've got this guy in charge against Arsenal. God knows what defensive plan he's got at Old Trafford to play against them. It's simple. If Ranyik had anything to do with this team, Van der Beek would have started, says Dean Corbett. Well, I think that's a really good point, actually. Please subscribe to the channel, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. As you can see, we're very close to 225,000. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We've got the fan forum after the game, the match reaction after the game, where you can do all your player ratings. Adam's down at the game as well, so we'll have some fan vlogs, etc. Also got Paul Ince tomorrow. Fabrizio Romano's on tomorrow. Hopefully we've got Ranyik's official announcement tomorrow. So lots to get involved with on the channel. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and smash a like on the video. What would Ranyik have done in this game, I think, is a really important thing. So I think Ranyik, his team, we don't know what it's going to be at the moment. There's not a lot he could do with that back four because Varane, Maguire and Shaw are injured. But I think you would see a team that had Bruno behind Ronaldo. I think you would have Sancho on the right. If you wanted a little bit more defensive cover, you wouldn't pick Rashford. You'd probably pick, you could put Bruno on the left like we did, or Donny on the left like we did with Pogba before, and then play Matic and Fred. But personally, I think he would play Fred and Donny and try and get on the ball. The thing is, people go, well, you can't play Fred and Donny against Chelsea, but you don't understand the new manager then. The new manager doesn't care about keeping it tight and having six men, in front of the goal. He wants to get the ball and pass and attack. You can't do that with McTominay and Fred. So he would play, I think, Donny with either Matic or Fred. That's what he would do in this game. And then he'd have Bruno in front of that, Sancho to the right, Ronaldo up front, and then somebody on the left, who that could be Rashford. I don't know. So it would be very different under Ranyik, because the only thing you need to know is Carrick, it looks like, is doing what he's always done, park the bus and try and hit on the brake. Ranyik doesn't do that. The club doesn't change it. It still has a certain DNA. Carrick quote in the Mail when asked about change of style under new manager, says Glenn. It's just almost comedic that half-decent midfielder in his time benching one of the greatest players of all time, says Dirty Flo. And so we put Tellez in the team to put in crosses to the box. If only we had someone like Ronaldo or Cavani we could pick, says Brad Lewis. Mark, this lineup shows we don't have tactics. Against big teams, we fold and hope not to concede. These three are guilty of misleading us all along, says Alia. I tell you what, if this goes bad, I don't think Ollie's not the sort of person to sit at home and be like, I told you so, because obviously he's very, very loyal. But I think at the end of the day, he will not be he would be sat at home if we get beat going, look, it wasn't all on me. It wasn't all on me. So this is a quote from Carrick, and this is from Sky. He says, a few tweaks and changes to freshen things up. Anthony and Donny, 2, and Cristiano is his standout name. I've had a good chat with Cristiano, and he was great. So Carrick has had a chat. That is nonsense. Absolute nonsense. So Carrick says Ronaldo is great about being dropped. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. He's one of the world's best players ever in a game that's massive. I'm sure he's probably sat there professionally and gone, well, you're the manager, it's up to you. But you're not going to be sat there going, I'm great. That's absolutely great. Absolutely great. 5 points off 17th. Absolute joke, says Simon Shaw. Was Carrick the bad boy and not Ollie, says Jen. Look, Ollie needed to be sacked. All I would say is that they were a management team. They were a management team. They're not like Ollie's the big dictator and Carrick and McKenna were like, oh, we don't want to play McFred. We don't want to play counter-attacking football. We want to be free to express ourselves. Ollie gets the sack. McFred, counter-attacking football. That's why they needed to go with Ollie, really. I think Ollie was sold out to dry, but we've still got him. Carrick seems worse than Ollie. Back 7 with McFred. Long balls to Rashford. Bruno and Sancho for creativity. Drops Ronaldo and Donny. Something's never changed, says P. And I really can't wait for Ralph to come in and things completely, especially with the style of play. I still can't believe Carrick has benched Ronaldo. You and me both, Jack. I mean, at least if he'd come out and said Ronaldo's got feeling a bit of a sore groin, and we've all had those, and he's he's not quite right, so we're going to keep him back with bigger, with lots of games to come. If he'd have said that, you'd go, oh, that's a bit disappointing. He's literally just come out and said, we're mixing it up. We're freshening it up. I've dropped him. That's, I don't know whether he's like sat there last night thinking, this is my last game. I beat Villarreal. This is my last game. How do I enhance my CV more to get a job? Oh, I can be the manager that dropped Ronaldo. The trouble is, if it goes badly, you're going to be the prat that dropped Ronaldo. Like, I really hope we can win this game. And I think Any United fan is going to feel like that. And look, what I would say is, Ranyik, this is not, I know some of you under Ollie were like, oh, we need to lose this to get him sacked. He's gone. Ollie's been sacked. Ranyik's the new manager tomorrow. Ranyik will not play football like this. This is just not who he is. He will not go to Stamford Bridge or Anfield and play like this. So it will never happen again. It just won't happen again. Tomorrow, there is a new dawn. So what's the best thing that happens? Somehow we scam 3 points today. Like, you know, we get absolutely battered. The woodwork's getting it more than a carpenter, but they can't score. And then we get a breakaway goal and win it. That, you know, that's what we want. We want to win this game, take 3 points and start the revolution tomorrow. My fear is that that's not going to happen. I just can't see any other result than a Chelsea win, which then would condemn us to 4 points in 24, which is just horrific form. Like, it really is. And, you know, I just can't see it. You know, if something big needs to go our way. You know, maybe they're attacking us for 20 minutes. We boot a long ball. Rudiger slips. He's going to let Rashford through, so he takes his legs. He gets a red card. We need something like that to go our way. We need something lucky today to go our way to get something out of this game. How long has it been since United put a team out for the opposition to worry about? Why are we going to do it? Embarrassing standards on the floor, says James. And James Cropper, thanks for becoming a member. Well, tell me what you're thinking about the team. You know, tell me what you're thinking about the team, because look, you know, most of us United fans, we're very proud of that shirt and what it means and that badge. But can you really defend what Carrick's done today? Usman, thank you very much. Much rather we go down sword swinging rather than our tails between our legs, says Kia. Can you really defend what Carrick's done today? Are you really honestly sat there going, you know what? He's the manager. I trust him. You know, let him get on with it. You know, some of you might be thinking that. Some of you might be thinking something else. But to me, I'll go with what Sir Alex Ferguson said after the Everton game on that clip. You don't drop your best player. You don't drop your best player, and you certainly don't drop your best player in a game where you're not going to get many chances. I just find it absolutely stunning that Cristiano Ronaldo has been dropped. I cannot believe it. And as I said a few minutes ago, to me, that's like dropping David De Gea for Dean Henderson, because Ronaldo has been like De Gea this season. He's been, you know, superhuman, match winner, match saver. It would be like seeing that team sheet and he's dropped De Gea. That's how I feel. It's absolutely massive to do what he's done. And look, I know Chelsea have got Loftus-Cheek playing. They've got no Kante, no Kovacic, no Mount, no Lukaku, but no Chilwell. But Chelsea are so, if you've been keeping an eye on Chelsea or watching Chelsea, they're so well coached, and they're so happy as a squad that, you know, players can drop into that team and drop out that team, and the rhythm keeps going. I think it's a loss, this game now. I really do. I don't want it to be. I hope it's not, but I think it's got a loss written all over it. I can see us just doing that, playing compact at the back, then hitting them on the break, unlikely, but it seems that's what we're set up for, says Patrick St. Pierre. Well, the problem is as well, oh, don't show me Carrick. I can't look at him at the moment. You've disgusted me, Michael. As a footballer, I thought you were okay. As a manager, I think you're an absolute prat. I mean, what caretaker manager decides to drop Cristiano Ronaldo? I mean, is it just an ego thing? Is it just like I'm exerting my authority whilst I'm in charge? I just don't get it. Carrick is a Poundland Ollie. Ollie is a Poundland Mourinho. Carrick out, says Muzzy. Ranyik will definitely improve United's play, but it will take time to rid lethargy. And I think your board may have waited too long to rescue top four. They might have done, Ice Mooney. They might have done. They really might have done. Jordan Brown, very worried about our lack of width with this formation, especially against the Chelsea system. Yeah, watch out for Reece James, Jordan, and everybody. Massive player he is at the moment. I'll give Carrick this. He took away all hope for a win today. I will not suffer slowly today, says Andrew Rossi. You know what, Andrew? You're absolutely spot on. I suppose that's where the frustration comes from, because I know from tomorrow it's a new dawn. It's the reset, and I can't wait. And I would love it if Carrick gets the sack tomorrow with McKenna and Phelan. I think with this team today, they've just confirmed to me what I always feared. They were a massive part of why Solskjaer failed. And I want them out of the club. I don't want them involved. They will be part of the future of Manchester United because Woodward and everyone's obsessed with them. But that team's appalling today. I mean, even Ed Woodward, who doesn't apparently know much about football, must be like, where's Ronaldo? Like, where is Ronaldo? So, Yeah, I would defend Carrick if McTominay takes up a more advanced position with Matic covering the back with Fred running around to fetch the ball, says Akil. Yeah, but why not? Why is McTominay taking a more advanced position? Donny could do that. History tells us we played better against big teams without Ronaldo. He's better coming off the bench in these games. What history are you talking about, Addy? Are you talking about the Champions League final in 2008? Yeah. What are you? What games have we done better without Ronaldo? Like he's only not started one, and it was bloody Everton, and we didn't win. We should have lost. What are you on about? History tells us United played better without Ronaldo. He played literally every game, and then we sold him to Madrid. He's come back and he's played every game apart from Everton, where we didn't win. What bloody history are you on about? You've been playing Football Manager and dropping him like Carrick. I thought I saw a tweet saying Ranyik was already offering help to Carrick versus Chelsea, says King. This is not no, that's not happened. What even is this lineup, says Craven. And obviously Carrick is looking at damage limitation. Now, as fans, we know we won't have the ball for most of the game before it even starts, says Lizzie. Also, can I just say, no matter what your team is today, Stamford Bridge is a bloody nightmare for Manchester United. Mark, I think Ronaldo is rested for the upcoming pressing sessions by Ranyik, says QO. And you know the reason why Ronaldo is dropped? We are coming up against a team that runs for each other. We cannot afford a luxury player playing, says United Channel. And Ricky would say another player can get the goals today. However, they all need a few chances, says James. And is dropping Ronaldo another flawed power move from Carrick like what Ollie did, or Steve McLaren dropping Beckham for England? Seems like they can't handle big characters and you've thrown in the towels, says Gunner Station. Yeah, I think there's two good points there. And I've got a sort of quote from Carrick on there. Who says that Cristiano is probably our standout name, but it's just game plan ideas. I had a good chat with Cristiano, actually. He was great, and we decided to go like that today. Really looking forward to the game. Today is going to be Chelsea's 27th clean sheet since Tuchel arrived. Chelsea have only conceded 4 since the start of the season, says Daniel. Why are we playing a narrow midfield when Chelsea play a back 5, says Sally. And Ronaldo would play in a graveyard shift if he starts anyway, says Pedro. Yeah, I want to talk about the Ronaldo thing tactically, but I did like what Gunnar Station said. This is Carrick's second game. He dropped Bruno on he dropped Bruno and Rashford on Tuesday, and he's dropped Ronaldo today. Is this a guy who's letting his small opportunity take over his ego? Because if you think about it, that's Bruno and Rashford dropped on Tuesday. Shock. He follows it up with Chelsea by dropping Ronaldo. Now, maybe there is a little bit of, I'm trying to grab this moment. And if it works, like Carrick is gone. He's not going to be our interim manager, but is he now trying to grab a career for himself by doing shock tactics? I don't know. And here's another quote from Carrick. Everyone is fine. All the boys who have come out of the team have been terrific around the place. Cristiano included. Fantastic with the boys, supporting them 100% and ready to come on if and when needed. Still been dropped though. But no, there was a couple of things there that I think are absolutely spot on as well. He has done this. Because he doesn't want to use Ronaldo. That's why he's done it. And that's a tactical reason. He's basically fallen into the trap of what I think Gary Neville mentioned it. Some of you've mentioned it. The mainstream media have been going mad about it. Ronaldo doesn't press. And I think, this does not bode well. He's basically dropped Ronaldo because he sees him as a luxury player. That's what he's done. Now that to me, however you dress it up, if you're Cristiano Ronaldo and you've been dropped, the first thing I would say is, and look, Carrick may well have explained it before you ask it. You're going to say, why then? Why am I dropped? And Carrick's going to have to say, because look, we're not going to have a lot of the ball. We need to be very energetic and work hard. And I just think that, that's not really your game. So I'd rather work hard for about an hour. And then, if we need to, we can bring you on and, maybe there's a bit of space for you to exploit. Otherwise, so basically it's the hard work element. And that's a failing. That is a failing in the coaching of Carrick and McKenna, that you have to drop one of the world's best players because you fear that he won't run around enough. But that's a failing in the coaching and the team that Manchester United have become, because you're basically dropping your best player to put people in who are going to run around a lot. Whereas if we were coached well, we wouldn't be worrying about running around a lot because we'd be good enough on the ball to go toe-to-toe with Chelsea. And it just shows you why we need the change, because Ranyik will change us into that sort of team. but how far we fell over the last 3 years. And I keep saying this: we were not left in a good position by Ollie. We've slowly degraded over 3 years into a team that just can't play football. So we have to drop Ronaldo because we need somebody instead of Ronaldo to just run around a lot. And that's what we're going to do today. It's just run around a lot and try and stop them from scoring. That's what we're going to try and do. I think he's going to use 4-3-3 false 9 despite the formation on paper says digital. I think we are basically chucking another midfielder into the midfield, which is Matic, and dropping our striker. That's what we're doing. We don't, the funny thing is, it makes sense in relation to how far the team has fallen, because for over a year, we've been saying whether it's Cavani, Martial or Ronaldo, the striker for Man United is a graveyard shift. So what Carrick has done is gone, well, the striker's a graveyard shift anyway. Let's give him a day off. And instead of playing a striker, let's play another midfield. So that's basically what we're doing. It's a decision just to pick a team, to be honest. I don't think it needs more drama than that, says Carrick. The thing is, like, of course it's a drama. You've just dropped one of the world's best ever players, like in a massive game that everybody's excited for. Loving the show as always, Mark. Just ordered my Ronnie ho 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 Christmas top and a mug off your website. Hope it arrives soon, says Mr. Dan United. Yeah, 25% off today. All of our jumpers, hoodies, the one I'm wearing here right now, Christmas jumpers, the mugs, 25% off. So, and I think it's only for today. So make sure you get over there through the link in the video description or the pinned in the chat. 25% off. Get your orders in. Christmas is coming. Multiple times Ronaldo has pressed, looked at surrounding players, barked instructions and gotten frustrated. If he doesn't press, it's because he understands the team doesn't know how, says David. Look, I think if you're one of those people who say Ronaldo doesn't press, this is why, he's been dropped. I would say, where were you for the Villarreal game then? Because I saw Ronaldo coming back into the CDM position, getting frustrated with his team. So I've seen him running around a lot. Would have preferred Donny next to Fred instead of parking the bus. Hopefully, being less reliant on Ronaldo, we will stop long balls and play fast football. Yeah, but the trouble with that, Richard, is we haven't got any players to play fast football. How are we going to play fast football with Matic, Fred and McTominay? Like, they're just, Donny should have been playing. The reaction to Ronaldo not starting is an example of how toxic the fan base has become. Ranyik will not start Ronaldo for every game. What then? Even though he's the GOAT, Ronaldo is a luxury player, says Sean Thomas. But you just contradicted yourself, Sean. He's the GOAT, but he's a luxury player. How can you be the GOAT and a luxury player? It's offensive. A luxury player is a player you can do without. A GOAT is the greatest of all time. You've contradicted yourself there. I think you might want to think through what you've said, because I don't really know what you're on about. He's not a luxury player. He's just not a luxury player. Ronaldo he's been treated like he's a luxury player today. I admit Carrick's dropped him because he's treating him like a luxury player, but he's not a luxury player. He's far from a luxury player. But look, I would agree with what Santonio says there. I think Rashford presses less than Ronaldo. So, but Rashford's been picked today because he's fast. That's it. Like, Rashford is the fastest player we've got. And Carrick's thinking there might be a long ball that Bruno can hit that we get on the break too. But look, somebody said it in the chat. I totally agree with this. I don't know how you feel. When I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, I'm excited. We've got Ranyik coming in for the Arsenal game. Anything we get today from today is a bonus. Maybe Tellez whips a cross in, Ronaldo gets us a goal. We defend well, we win 1-0. As soon as that team came out, I was like, I can't see anything other than a win for Chelsea, really. Unless we get something lucky like a red card or something like that. I don't think, look, as well, Ollie got sacked last week. They came in on Monday morning to the same set of coaches. We played terrible against Villarreal for 70 minutes. Villarreal had no cutting edge. Chelsea are 5 times better than Villarreal. We've got a terrible record at Stamford Bridge. I don't think we're playing particularly well anyway. I think we're getting beat today. I really hope that's not the case, but I think we're going to get beat today. And also I think if things did go bad for Chelsea, their bench is better than ours. Yes, we've got Ronaldo on our bench, but they've got Lukaku, they've got Mount, they've got Havertz, they've got Pulisic. They can make 3 substitutions and just, and it's like another wave of an attack, isn't it? I think we're good. And also, they're top of the league. They've lost 1 game this season to Manchester City. They've hardly conceded any goals this season. At home, they've scored 17 goals and only conceded, I think, 3. So if you have a goat in your team, you build the team around them. Why does Carrick not see this as Pratosaurus Rex and insanity that the only certainty in this team is McFred starting? May God help us, says James Duffy. I'm as I say, I'm just stunned, absolutely stunned. And yeah, I'm just going to put the tweet out here. Said after Ronaldo was dropped against Everton, you don't drop. Yes. So, score predictions. Well, I'm going to go with 2-0 to Chelsea now. I really hope I'm going to be very wrong on that one, but yeah, I just can't see anything else. It's a long road. Oh, I haven't seen that. I'll have a look at that. That's what people are saying. Hello, Mark. This starting 11 is testament to how far we've fallen. It exposes how badly Man United has been managed over the years, says NL. Well, I think what we're going to do, and we don't know for sure, is we're going to play a false nine. But Pep plays a false nine to get people more on the ball and play nice, triangles and possessive football. We've sort of took Pep's false nine and turned it into a defensive thing. I mean, Pep's probably finished up with the win against West Ham, turned the telly on and gone, what are they doing to my false nine system? This is not how it was meant to work. Terrible accent. I don't even know how he does it. But 2-1 win for Man City, 4-2 for Leicester. Leicester are above Man United now. Like, there are teams above us. I don't even know how they're above us. How are Leicester, Wolves, Tottenham above us? But then again, you take 4 points from 19, you end up where we are, and that's what's happened. It's amazing. But another win for Manchester City, as we said, and we can't go any lower than 10th tonight, but 10th place is where we are. Another loss, benching your best scorer. We're setting up to not to take a bad of a beating. So Stuart Walker. You know what? It feels a little... Look, it's very unfair before the game's kicked off, but this, to me, and I hope I'm going to be wrong, and I'll write this down for the match reaction so we can come back, and if I'm wrong, I'll apologise. This, to me, feels like the derby against Manchester City, where, again, we're playing a well-coached side with lots of good players. The difference is we're away from home here. This feels to me like we're walking out with white flags before the game has been started. Have you seen Chelsea's subs bench? Yes, it's very good. Wayne, Lukaku, Havertz, Mount, Pulisic. McFredich is the name of the game, says Michael. And this shows McFred was Carrick all along. If United get beat, I hope Carrick gets asked why he dropped Ronaldo. If Ralph wasn't coming in, Ronaldo would start, says Jerome. And Fred will be great with magic behind him, says Lonely Loner. And if you are Carrick and this is probably your last match as a manager, wouldn't you want to go out with a bang, show ambition and play attractive football? No, he does a Southgate. Hopeless, says Chiri. This is not Carrick's last game, though, is it? All he does tomorrow is he goes back to being assistant coach again to Ranyik. So the thing is, if I was Ralph Ranyik, and nobody's mentioned this, if I was Ralph Ranyik and I was watching this game, I would be very concerned about Manchester United's board telling me they want me to keep Michael Carrick and Kieran McKenna. I mean, if he will, wherever Ralph is, he will be watching this game. And when he sees that team news coming out, he surely is sat there going, right, what the fuck are they doing? Like, this is almost completely the opposite of the team that I pick. So I'm really, really, really quite surprised by that at the end of the day. But you know what? We will see. We'll see what happens. Maybe we will play some really attacking, nice football. I'm just sending you a message, Dorothy. It's nothing major. Matic sits in CDM. Fred for once have to press, and Sancho, Bruno, and Rashford also will press today. Ronaldo doesn't press. You can't get press. The whole team press. This feels very much like a Ranyik thing. Okay, that's interesting. Drorty's just messaged me saying that this could be not park the bus. This could be a front press of Sancho, Rashford, Bruno, McTominay, and Fred with Matic sitting. But the end of Ronaldo, if that's going to happen. If this works and we press and we play good football, it's the end of Ronaldo, isn't it? You can't. I want Ronaldo to be in the system that presses, and I think it can work, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we're going to park the bus here, but look, we'll see, and I think Werner's very quick as well. I just can't see us pressing and playing a high line. It makes sense. You look at that team on my left. You could play a team that presses high up the pitch, but I don't think so. Premature talk, lads. Carrick is not going to commit managerial suicide. Put more thought in this than Ollie did all throughout, says Mahmood. Need to give us a little bit more there, Mahmood. I don't know which way you're going. A positive spin. It looks like a high press team, says Addy. Well, let's see. I mean, Rashford's not very good at pressing, so I think it's unfair to say that Ronaldo can't press and then everyone suddenly forgets that Rashford's pressing is abysmal as well. So, yeah. I'm just surprised he's not at the game. It's only down the road. Okay, sorry about that. Well, we'll see. Some people are getting more positive now, thinking that maybe we're gonna press. Hashtag Ask Goldbridge on the screen there from Ronan. He says dropping Ronaldo is like dropping the Big Mac. It just doesn't happen. The McFred is the menu item that should have been dropped. Yes. The captain today is, I don't know, it's Bruno. Yeah, it'd be Bruno, wouldn't it? 100%. 100% it'll be Bruno. I'm just going to double check, but I'm pretty much convinced that Bruno is the captain. Of course he is. So there are some look. It's all about opinion. That's what it's all about. And some people are saying this could be a really high pressing team. It could be. What we pressing for though? That's what I would say. What are we going to do with the ball when we want it back? There's no creativity, really. I mean, there's Bruno and there's Sancho, but where's the cutting edge? I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. I personally think it's a part of the bus team and hit on the break with Rashford's pace and only Rashford's pace. But we will see. Don't be surprised if this is 4-3-3 with Bruno on the left wing, not a 4-4-2 diamond, says Trevor Jones. Yeah, I do feel that we're all thinking this is something that it's not, but we'll see. I'm tired of people using press as an excuse. So Ronaldo is lazy. We're not pressing team, so there's no use of one player to run around, says Shiraz. Yeah, I would agree with this. I think if people are thinking, Ronaldo's been dropped because he's not very good at pressing, that comment from Shiraz is absolutely spot on. We don't press. Before Ronaldo, with Ronaldo, we don't press. In fact, we used to take the piss out of the first 5-minute press where we'd run around for a bit and then stop for the rest of the game. So, Cavani presses, but he looks an idiot most of the time because, he doesn't look an idiot. He looks good because everyone goes, look at the effort, but it doesn't lead to anything because nobody else presses with him. So, Ronaldo is probably quite clever not pressing because nobody else bloody does it anyway. So it'd just be wasted energy. Mark, is this completely Carrick or will Ralph maybe at least communicate it via phone or anything, says Karamu? I don't think it's anything to do with Ranyik, to be honest, but some people might. Matic will drop in between the centre-backs. Rashford and Sancho will track their full-backs. Could be effective, this, says MV Pete. And if you want to get a 0-0, I think 0-0's our biggest hope. Under the new intro, also, Chelsea smashed Juventus the other night. Loads of people missed that. They absolutely battered Juventus. Now, Juventus aren't the greatest team in Europe anymore, but they're still Juventus. Under the new, we're not the greatest team in world football anymore. Under the new interim, what do you think the starting 11 will be? Cannot believe Ronaldo has been benched today. Ridiculous, says Egg. And people talking about this lineup can press. Come on, guys, we are not organised enough as a team to press effectively, says Raul. Yeah, and I don't think they'd be able to teach them how to press in 3 days when they've spent 3 years telling them to park the bus. So I think you need a new manager to come in and do that sort of a thing. So anyway, Carrick saw how well strikerless tactics work in Football Manager and said, let's do it, says P. Zizzle. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. We're trying to get up to 225,000 tonight. tonight. And we're trying to get a win for Manchester United tonight. We're only 400 away from 225,000 subscribers. So 1.225,000, you know what I mean. But 225,000, we'll call it. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the United Stand. Everybody's welcome. Get your opinions in. We are only bloody hell, that last 20 minutes has flown by. I literally looked at the clock. It was 4 o'clock, and now it's 25 past. So we're only 5 minutes away, which is great. Let's get it on. I really didn't realize. I thought it was another 20 minutes. I'm really shocked. I love it when that happens. I'm really shocked after seeing I'm really shocked after seeing lineup. I'm confused how we're going to attack. Van der Beek should start in this lineup, says United Voice. Yeah, and I think it's a little bit unfair on Van der Beek that look, obviously, apparently there's a Gary Neville tweet. If we can get that up on the screen, let's have a look. What's Gary on about? A lot of people having a go at Michael Carrick for dropping Ronaldo and picking that midfield. I have a feeling that the incoming manager has picked that team as it's a huge department from midweek and what they've been doing. I said I was full of confidence. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll quote tweet it. It's as simple as this. If we play high-pressing football with a high line, Ranyik might have picked the team. If we play part of the bus football, that's a Carrick team. It's as simple as that. If you know who Ranyik is, you'll know if he's picked that team. But how would he? It doesn't make sense for him to pick the team when he's not coached the team. And, if we do play high-pressing football on the front foot, Gary and everyone else is right. I agree. If we play part of the bus football, he's wrong. Let's wait and see. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. Thanks everyone who's getting involved. We're very close to the match starting here. There's the tweet on the screen from Gary Neville. A lot of people having a go at Carrick for dropping Ronaldo and picking that midfield. I have a feeling the incoming manager has picked that team as it's a huge departure from midweek and what they've been doing. Yeah, but I'm getting a told you so I've got a told you so in the ear. Well, let's watch. I'll tell you, I'm more than happy. I've wrote it down from a post-match reaction. I'm more than happy to say you're right, but if we park the bus, you're wrong. You're right, and I won't say you're right anyway, as you know. But I'll find a way to manipulate it. But look, if we play high intensity, high line football, Ranyik's probably picked the team. If we play part of the bus football, Carrick's tried to pick a Ranyik team without actually doing his research, which will be even funnier. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. What's your score predictions, everybody? Please get it in the chat. We're getting very, very close to the start of the match here. I'm going to go Manchester United to lose this game, unfortunately. Look, my predictions have been terrible recently, though. So, let's hope I do that again. But I've been absolutely terrible lately. So, could be terrible again. I'm going to go 2-0 to Chelsea, unfortunately. Right, let's get ready to rumble. I think it could be a long one. That's what she said. It could be a long one, this one. It could be another Man City and Liverpool where an hour's gone and you're just waiting for the end of the game. But look, hopefully not. Hopefully we can get a point. What I would say as a positive is when Ranyik starts tomorrow, there's a new journey starts tomorrow. What I would say is that Ranyik would pick Van der Beek. But we'll keep that in mind. But for me, again, look, all respect to Draughty and Gary Neville and everyone else who thinks that Ranyik's picked the team. I personally think that Ranyik would not pick a midfield three like that because they're none of them very good at passing. I think he would, if he was playing three midfielders, I'm convinced he would make Van der Beek one of his midfielders because Van der Beek presses them better than them, he passes better than them, and he's more intelligent in his positional sense than them. So I think I just don't think he would have picked that team. Zegan, thank you very much. Anyway, we're about to start here. If United are trying to press, they're up against the most press-resistant midfielder in the league in Jorginho. And I never even got to say that, Ishmael. You know, I'm a massive fan of Jorginho. I really like Jorginho. I mean, I was talking to Alex Goldberg, who does like Chelsea Patreon and stuff like that. Really good lad. He's a bit indifferent about Jorginho. And I'm like, look, I love Jorginho. And I like Rudiger. And they were, Chelsea fans were undecided on Rudiger a year ago. And I was like, I'd take him at United. So, unfortunately, they're Chelsea players, so it doesn't benefit us. But I do like Jorginho and I do like Rudiger. Jorginho, you press him, he's one of the best in that position. He's not the best number 6. I prefer Fabinho. He's very physical, but he plays that role so well because he just conducts things, doesn't he? What do they call him? Registers. Surely if this was a Ralph team, Donny would be the first name on the team sheet, says Ali. Yeah. And 2-0 Chelsea, unfortunately, I guess. You've seen Neymar's injured, says Ash. No. I don't really care about PSG now, though. Not really bothered. We've kicked off. I'll tell you when I can see the seconds, what we're doing. But, yeah, look, we've not even spoken about United's defence. It's makeshift, really. Some would say makeshift, but we'll see how they get on. But Bailly, Tellez, there's a lot of pressure on them. But let's see how much Manchester United press in the first few minutes here. Because it looks to me like, well, McTominay and Matic are very static. So 30 seconds, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Tellez versus James scares me, says Rory Saunders. And, I mean, to be honest with you, it's not much of a press, is it? I mean, Reece James is just not being pressed there. But Loftus-Cheek looking like a weak spot straight away. Loses the ball, but Chelsea win it back. Yeah, Reece James is in the form of his life at the moment. Bruno is playing as the sort of striker in this position. I mean, look, it's very interesting as well. I would say to those people who think that this might be Ranyik's sort of plan, well, you don't need Cristiano Ronaldo. And the press is terrible here. If that's a press, fucking hell, God help us. Rudiger just runs through and Lindelof puts it out for a throw-in. This is the trouble, though. It's one thing saying we need to press. It's another thing getting the players to do it. There's Hudson-Odoi. To be honest, I've not watched a lot of Chelsea with Hudson-Odoi in the team. I know he's been doing quite well recently. That's a nice, easy... And it's a shot straight away, which Ziyech. So, I mean, look at that again. He turns, gets his shot off, bit of a deflection. De Gea's never going to get beaten from there, but it's taken them just 2 minutes to get their first shot on target, Chelsea. They're just a very good team, Chelsea, all the way around. I think United, as I say, we're a bit like Goldilocks and Three Bears. Goldilocks has a bowl of porridge. It's too hot. It's too cold. It's just right. United's attack is too hot. It's got too many. Our defence is just about right. It's got just about the right. And then the midfield's cold. It's got nothing. It's not good enough. So, whereas with Chelsea, they've just got the balance in all areas. Oh, Wan-Bissaka makes a mistake. Great save by De Gea. Should have been 1-0. Worldy De Gea again. Same old David. Unbelievable United here. Worldy David already. What's he say? Is he backtracked? Okay. This will be another big scoreline. Carrick's a plum. Mark, no Ronaldo. There's no excuse for that. Bruno's just gone down injured here. Up now. This will be another big scoreline to Stephen. And how you doing, Mark? Says FIFA Gangster. Wow. You know what? I'm just, it's like, when you booked a really good holiday and you're just counting down the days, or, I suppose, but let's be a bit topical. When it's like, you can't wait for Christmas and you're counting down the days on your advent calendar. I just feel like that with United at the moment. It's like, it's not like last year where Christmas got cancelled and we've still got Ollie. Ollie's gone now. So it does feel like Christmas is coming, but just waiting for the Ranyik thing to go. Gabriel Noel says Gary Neville is Conniff's team. Having watched 1 minute, I'm convinced on the influence of the team. Look, I think Gary's probably a little bit like me and many of you lot. When you say something, you don't want to admit you're wrong. There's no way that this is influenced by Ranyik so far. Like we're playing static, deep, and any press that we've attempted is disorganised. So I'm sorry, I just don't. Like somebody just said, Himanshu says this is Tesco pressing. It's I think this is Carrick trying to impress Ranyik. Has anyone ever thought that? I think this is Carrick auditioning for a job. I think he's going, look, I can play pressing football even though I've not done it for 3 years. That's what I think is going on here. Well, look, we're not pressing anyway. We're retreating. They've just moved up into our half. There's a foul on Lindelof there, but he's still got a shot off. Anthony Taylor. Chelsea fans really don't like Anthony Taylor. I was speaking to a few Chelsea fans over the week, and they were really, really concerned about that. I mean, Lindelof's been fouled there, but it's Werner pushing him. And I'm surprised he even made contact. It's Timo time. Look at that. Rashford not going to the ball. Chelsea just picking it up. This is not pressing. This is not pressing. You can look at Bruno there. He's trying to press from the front. I've seen Ronaldo do this as well. I mean, look at that. One pass, and he's taken him out completely. That's a goal kick. Parking the press, this is James Bond, yeah. That is not. I tell you what, I don't profess to be a tactical genius or anything like that. Far from it. But you watch the game. This is not good. I think this is Carrick trying to show Ranyik that he's a forward-thinking manager, and he bloody hopefully Ranyik is intelligent enough to look at the last 3 years. If this is Carrick's audition, I'm worried, says Dave. And so much for loads of defensive-minded players on the pitch per Ricky. We're getting cut through with ease. And when we scam a win, people forget it, says K-Flow. We just can't win the ball back at the moment. And Matic gives a foul up. I think we're going to struggle. I know it's only 7 minutes in. I think we're going to struggle. I really do. Bloody hell, those figures are good, aren't they? Park the bus, park life. Oh, the people, so many people. This is Carrick thinking it's my last game. Let's just go with whatever and hope for the best, says Jordan White. We look like a team that's like got half the team suffering with food poisoning or something. Like if you tuned in and you had no idea, you'd be like, oh God, like Ronaldo must be ill. Cross comes in. Good header away by McTominay. Well, it's not a good header away, actually. Jorginho. See, that's what we're trying to do. Rashford just sprint with pace on the break. That's exactly what we're set up to do. The problem is bad pressing is just running about like idiots. When Chelsea knock it round as for fun, says Jack Reed. Yeah, look, this is not pressing. They're on the edge of our box again. We've got loads of red shirts back, but we're not pressing. This is parking the bus. Another header just goes wide. Let's have a look at your comments. Legend has it there's a three-headed monster called McFarrick guarding the gates of relegation, says Sean Finity. You know, Carrick isn't really bothered when he selects Phil Jones for the bench, says Joe, and conceded against Liverpool in 5 minutes, against City in 7 minutes. Carrick doing well, give him the job, says Luke Jones. And another foul there. The problem is bad pressing. I've done that one from Jack Reed. And also, this is Carrick thing. Okay, I've done that from Jordan White. I've not seen so much possession since my uncle Barry got done for drug trafficking, says Dave on a stick. Well, look, the contrast is that's not a good look from McKenna, is it? As we look at Ronaldo, the contrast is look at how Chelsea are pressing, and look at how Manchester United are pressing. So that's the contrast for me. Didn't Donny score within 5 minutes of coming on last time, Mark? Or did I dream that, says Gertchen? You dreamt it. It never happened. Matic fouled in his own half. Thing is, we've not really got any set piece. Like somebody said, even if Tellez gets the opportunity to put a corner in, we've not really got anything, have we? It's a very confusing new slate for all except McTominay. Dreadful, says Stephen Hunt. Well, no, I don't think anyone gets a new slate until the team gets started to get coached and he's actually coaching the team. But what I was going to say there is it's a very weird team because even we're not going to be good with the ball. Like the team that he's picked, apart from Sancho and Bruno, they're not good on the ball. Rashford's not good on the ball. Like if I really like Rashford, but I know what his strengths are. He ain't good on the ball. He's good running with the ball. He's good to try and get a shot off, but he's not a possession-based player. De Gea, well done off his line there. I tell you what, I thought Timo Werner was coming through there. Good sweeper keeping there from David De Gea. So it's difficult to see what we're going to do. Man United, Gary Neville's mad that United fired Ollie. Shift blame to new man, says Catherine McKenzie. And Carrick just needs to be gone from the training staff, just like watching Ollie football. Big up Alex, says Alfie. And after Shaw, Matic was second for most progressive carries per 90 in our team last season. This speaks volumes about our midfield, says Joshua Bowwater. Hi, Mark. Do you reckon it would take some time for the team to get used to Ranyik's tactics, considering they've been under poor management? Yeah, well, look, it is going to take some time, Jay. And watching United is like waking up from a wet... no, we're not going to do that, Michael Thackeray. We're not going to get sexual. Good interceptions by Fred there. 2 really good interceptions and a nutmeg. Fred's just done his best bit of football in his whole career for Manchester United. A recovery tackle and a nutmeg. He's on the way back. And then Tellez gives the ball to Chelsea. Fred will be fuming. Great double tackle by Fred. And then a Megs. I do think there's a player in Fred. I know people will mock me, but I accept Fred has been bloody awful for about 8 months. But I do think there is a player in there that could, be coached better. That's what we're hoping for. Look at that. Chelsea just whacking it through the press of United. Rudiger powering forward into Alonso. Cross comes in. It's a good cross. And Reece James picks it up. back on the edge of our box. Ranyik's tactics is run and leave De Gea alone, says PE Skiing Gaming. Did you see Ralph signing anyone in January? And if so, when and who? Says Suk. Chelsea are pressing, United are depressing, says Simon. Watching United is like, can't do that one, Michael, as we've said. Well, Chelsea on the attack here. Eric Bay's done well. And Rashford, I don't know what Rashford was doing there. So 15 minutes gone. Why the Ranyik news is not official yet, says Ravi. Well, I suppose you're never going to announce it today. I think it'll be tomorrow at some point. How are we all this bad? We can't even pass out of our half comfortably, says Carrymore. There's an offside here, so we'll get the ball. Shouldn't be passed since he gives the ball away 80% of the time, says Tasty. And Mark, this is a new type of pressing called depressing, says MC. And how are we this bad? We can't even pass out. I've done that. Carrymore. What I would say is a positive at the moment is we are competing. We've not been anywhere near their penalty box yet, but we are competing. But yeah, I would agree. It doesn't look like we're going to get smashed 6-0. It doesn't feel like it's got that sort of a feel to it. And why would it when you're playing with a midfield three? Matic dropping in between the centre backs quite a lot. That's a good ball out by Matic as well, but terrible first touch by Fred. You see, I've just put a tweet out about Fred and he'll start playing shit now. The positive is that we haven't conceded yet. The negative is that we can't get anywhere near their goal. And we don't look like we can get anywhere near their goal. And the thing is, like when we win the ball that back there with McTominay and it goes to Wan-Bissaka and he ends up going out for a throw-in, we're just not like Chelsea seem to be very happy to play through our system, play through our press, but we're so uncomfortable at our passing. What's that by Matic? And also, I've got to say, I can't see why Ronaldo couldn't have played in this system. Can you? I've not seen anything that makes me think, oh, yeah, I can see why Ronaldo didn't pick shot over the bar by Ziyech. Zek, thank you for the chat. Super chat there. At least Carrick knows about the technical error, says Ben Smith. And can we sub Rashford off now, says Lee Taylor. No, we need to keep Rashford on because he's quick. It's one of the big things. Chelsea on the attack again here. United have got lots of players back. I mean, literally, we've got 10 people on the edge of our box. But remember, it's a high-pressing team picked by Ranyik. Look how deep we are. No. And that's the preposterous thing. How could Ralph Ranyik pick a team that he's not even coached? He's not even seen what they're like. What's he doing? Using the CCTV at Carrington? Although there was rumours that actually was. He had asked for the video footage. But yeah, this is very deep from United, and it's very good play by Chelsea. Alonso luckily didn't go for the cross straight away there, and it's good recovery by Wan-Bissaka, and Bruno's right in the corner, and that's a foul by Rudiger on Sancho. If Ralph is watching this, his first job should be sacking all this coaching staff. What a waste of a Sunday afternoon, says Sean. Well, it's not over yet. Sean, it's 0-0. It's not over yet. Bear with. Dreams can come true. Look at me, babe, I'm with you. Gabriel's in the house. It could happen. Anyway, look, we don't want any dreams coming true for Gabriel. We're playing Arsenal on Thursday night. Burnley got a draw. So can United, says the last. Well, they did. Burnley did get a draw here. You're right. The last nutmeg. What's that? See, Bruno. You can see Bruno is really trying to get the team to press, but it's just bad pressing. That's what it is. It's just bad pressing. Look at Chelsea. This is magnificent, the way they just play through as calmly as well. The way United press works against teams like Spurs who can't pass. Thoughts on Brighton fans booing Potter? I don't understand what that was all about, Luke. I sort of saw a little bit of it, but I don't really understand what it was about. It's a very average Chelsea team. We're so poor we can't even see it. So many key players out, says Humphrey. And is United with a bit of an attack into Sancho. This could be our first foray. Bruno's going to... I don't know. You're doing better off shooting. What's he... What Bruno... I don't know. Carrick will have a woody over the fact it's 0-0 after 20 minutes, says Brad Lewis. And... yeah, I don't really know. 20 minutes and we haven't created a single chance, says Cheery. Well, this is a cross from Bruno. I don't know what that camera angle was there. I thought it was going to show us something sinister. It was a very sinister camera angle. But United have won the ball back again here. McTominay just goes backwards. You see, that ain't never going to get you happy in a Ranyik team, McTominay. He wins the bloody ball, passes it forward to Bruno, gets it back, and then goes backwards again. That's the sort of thing that will frustrate Ranyik. Oh, here's Reece James down the right-hand side. Watch out, watch out. The cross comes in. Wan-Bissaka, bloody... I tell you what, Wan-Bissaka gets lucky there. Because Alonso thinks that Wan-Bissaka's going to head it away, completely misses it, and then it just hits Alonso on the knee. Both wing-backs, look how narrow we are again. Alonso, I don't even know who's meant to be picking Alonso up, actually, in this system, but we were very lucky there. Wan-Bissaka's got caught under the ball, missed the header. Most defeated setup, not even Ollie could have cooked it, but watching the team now actually gives me hope. I can see a lot of things to be hopeful for, says Sig. And... well, 22 minutes gone and we're not losing. That's something to be positive about. Look at Jorginho there, took the piss. Fred is Brazilian that hasn't learned how to be Brazilian yet, says Brands. Why does Rashford never sprint off the ball, says Shaf? I don't know what happened to Rashford, you know. Like he used to get quite he used to be like really energetic. And I think he got injured and then he obviously had to conserve his energy. But you know, I mean obviously he's only just coming back from injury, so maybe he's still, you know, not quite where he needs to be, but his energy off the ball is not the same as when he gets the ball. Like he doesn't work as hard off the ball, which is something that we really do need. Here's Bruno. Oh, nearly. Hey, Mark, we are playing 5 at the back with McTominay as a centre-back. Now I see why he was picked over Donny. Carrick tricked us like a genius, as Akil. I haven't seen McTominay playing as a centre-back, to be fair. Mark, do you think Ranyik will... where's Lingard? Is Lingard on the bench? Rashford is poor, says Ryan. Anthony Taylor's given us one there. We got a bit lucky. It's Loftus-Cheek. No one's on Hudson-Odoi as he attempts to make a cross into the box. Another goal kick. He's on the bench. Lingard's on the bench. Thank you. Oh, no, he's not. He's not on the bench. McTominay has looked awful for a year now, says Caleb. No, I think he is on the bench. Tellez and Wan-Bissaka are getting double teamed a lot here as Reece James and Alonso overlap, which shouldn't be a bloody surprise. You know, Tuchel's been playing with wing backs pretty much since the day he came to the Premier League. So Carrick does need to be careful. It's here again. Look, they're getting down the wings. It just worries me in the second half because they can bring on Lukaku. Here's Reece James. God, it's a good cross by Reece James. I don't think anyone's ever going to read it, but De Gea can't get near it. But look, this is happening again. Reece James in behind Tellez this time. Who's meant to be? Who? I mean, surely in this system, Sancho tracks back Alonso and Rashford tracks back Reece James. It's not that hard, is it? Rashford's playing on the left-hand side and Sancho's playing on the right-hand side. Why are they not tracking? Or you can't get Fred or McTominay to do that, really. There's Lindelof. Terrible. Just gifting up possession again. Look, at times, good run by Werner here. Good tackle by Matic. I think at times we've pressed reasonably well. But you've got to do it all the time. United just seem to be doing it. What the fuck's Tellez doing there? That's embarrassing by Tellez. Take your foul and get up again. He's rolling around like he wants a red card. Unless we've completely misread this. I don't know. He just gone into his back. Oh no, maybe he's saying he hit his ankle. Maybe he did. Rashford is poor. At least Ronaldo would be able to hold on to the ball, says Mott. The positive for me so far is that it's half an hour gone and it's 0-0. Chelsea haven't really had a clear-cut chance whilst they've been the better side. United have had no chances. McTominay's getting a lot of stick in the chat. He's a passenger. I don't know why. I can't say anything else because we're just becoming. It's just become accepted, hasn't it, that McTominay will start? But his last good game was opening game of the season. We're into December nearly. Like he never plays well. Never plays well. And look, you can't be and when I say passenger, I'm not saying he's totally useless, but Manchester United, Brian Robson, Michael Carrick, Paul Scholes, Roy Keane, it's Manchester United. A midfielder should be running the bloody game. He doesn't run the game. And to be fair, neither's Fred. He's made a good interception. The top of the box, no one marks the player there. McFred just stand between the centre backs rather than having second line to block those passes, says Ranyik. Rudiger and Matic having a bit of a set to there. What are your thoughts on Haaland coming back from injury and scoring, says Chris? Unless he's putting on a Man United shirt, I'm not really bothered. McTominay looks like Casper the Friendly Ghost. He's never in good positions and just runs around a lot, says James Pullen. Sooner Ranyik comes in, the better. Maybe he'll turn him into a good player. We'll see. I think Bruno's put a lot of effort in. I mean, he's ran around a lot, but look at Rashford there. He's completely positioned himself wrong, and Chelsea are down in our half again. Hey, Mark, the midfield is dead. Not playing Donny is shocking. Still going for a draw 1-1 to United. Cannot wait for Super Ralph, says Mohammed. Mate, I would love a draw out of this. I would blow that whistle hard right now. I would love to take a draw, but there's still another hour to go. I think our best chance of a draw is scoring first, because then we will just sit back and hopefully keep a clean sheet. But this United side is screwed if it goes 1-0 down, as we've seen many times before, because heads drop, and when if we go 1-0 down, we're not set up to score a goal, are we? Because we've done nothing. I don't think we've had a shot, have we? We've had that cross from Rashford. Oh, great! Was that the bar? I don't know whether Rudiger hit the bar or David De Gea saved it. Mark, not trying to be disrespectful, but what is best Premier League team that McTominay would start in? Newcastle for me, says Brad Lewis. Watch this shot by Rudiger. Yeah, I think De Gea just tips it onto the bar. But, you know, who's closing Rudiger down there? Just why is McTominay not closing Rudiger down there? That to me is just that just sums it up. Rudiger, 35 yards out, has time to have a look and then take a shot, which De Gea nearly gets injured saving. And McTominay's 5 meters in front of him doing his little bunny hop again. Like, if we were really pressing, you would press in that situation. Mark, do you know when Varane is supposed to be back, says Kyle? I think he's going to be... Well, I don't know. I think there was always talk that he might be back for this game. Every time we win the ball back, we go backwards. Ranyik can't come soon enough with his 10-second tactic, says Kishan. Another corner for Chelsea here. They're very good at corners. Got nearly 50,000 people watching. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Please smash a like on the video and do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, we're close to 225,000. So thanks, everyone who's tuning in. Subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Another corner for Chelsea here. We don't have a lot of height in this team. Very reliant on Matic and McTominay and, I suppose, Eric Bailly. Alonso with the cross, headed away. Just boot it, Bruno. That's it. That's it. Gives up possession, but get wide right. Oh, bloody hell. Where's the... What? Where's the bloody... The blue players are quicker than the red players. Where's the bloody speed in this team? Another cross comes in. Hudson-Odoi. Another corner. Where's the NRG? Geordie pressing, a tactic in which a coaching team immediately attempts to win the ball back. Possession of the jobs by trying to press an incoming manager, says Bang. And Mark, did you see any specific transitions through midfield, through McTominay or Fred? Observations on Midfield. Let's see what happens with this corner. Ziyech into Werner. He's got loads of space. Somebody come to him. Cleared by Tellez. He hasn't made a forward pass or defensive contribution except for a header. It's a joke, says Addy. Well, I tweeted out about it before. It's yet another game where our midfield has just been... I mean, look, they've not been invisible. They're there. You can see them, but it's another game where we've lost the midfield battle. Funny how consensus forms in England. It's the press. Ronaldo's the problem. Embarrassing that pundits clearly don't watch games, says Alligator. Mate, I think he might be co-commenting. Is Gary Neville co-commenting in the game? He's just tweeted before the game that Ralph Ranyik looks to him like Ralph Ranyik's picked this team. I mean, and that is that is a pundit on a game that millions of people are watching. I mean, it's laughable, really, you know. But this is not how Ralph Ranyik plays football. Like, and we can't play football like he plays football until we absolutely get him on the training ground. Like, I think what's happened is Carrick is trying to impress Ranyik and go, look, I could be a coach for you. I can play this. But I think that's what's happened. So I think you can see, you know, I would agree to a certain extent that this is not normally how we line up, but I don't think this is anything to do with the new manager having any say in it. I think it's Carrick going, look at what I can do. Give me a job. They had 3 years of nice guy coaching, so they are lazy. No consequences. I hated all my best coaches growing up because they demanded more, says DJ. That's very true, actually. And if De Gea gets hurt, McTominay can play goalkeeper. He's already playing that deep as it is anyway, says Corey. Didn't think that watching United you could be more painful after Ollie. Carrick, watch my beer. Another shot, another save by De Gea. Not a great shot by that. What am I meant to be looking at on the screen? I can't see anything. Oh, average positions of United. That is true. You can clip this and use it on Twitter. Look, everybody clip this and just do the image on Twitter. Watch what I'm doing. As an image. That's Man United's average position. Shocking. So where's Bruno in that? I can't even see him. Number 18. Yeah, that's a joke, isn't it? How can Bruno's average position be as a centre-back? Doesn't make any sense. So look. Yeah, it's been on Sky. First half average positions. Bruno, for some reason, is playing deeper than Matic. That is embarrassing, isn't it? But we're playing high intensity. I'm gonna have to take that image. I'm gonna have to use it. What's Bruno's playing instead of Maguire? I look. There is no United player that's playing well, but what my observations would be, and it's something I hate to observe. Bruno is very frustrated again and is trying to get the team to press, and they just don't know how to do it. We're hitting long balls to Bruno now. We've just hit a long ball to Bruno that Rudiger's just basically he'll eat that for breakfast. De Gea just made a good forward pass. What are the rest doing? Says Nikhil. Scott McTominay is jogging around, chasing fresh air, not even making a tackle, says Adam. And United are on the attack here, actually. Let's get excited now. See, I didn't want to acknowledge it because I knew that would happen. Watch out. McTominay's made a good tackle there. Last man tackle. Could have been dangerous if he didn't make it. Had to make it. There we go. That's something. 38 minutes. 7 to go. I think Mendy could do his Christmas shopping. And I don't even mean online. You know, Chelsea is near the shops in London. I think he could pop down Old Harrods and get his Christmas shopping done and still nothing would happen. The only thing he's being used for is a few passing. So if you see Mendy piss off in the second half to go and do his Christmas shopping, they still won't concede. Playing way too deep. Look, way too deep again. I mean, Rudiger's just... It is what I thought it was going to be. It's just park the bus. And they've got good players to come off the bench as well. That's what worries me. Oh, Rashford. Fred's been put into all sorts of trouble. Ziyech. Rashford was at fault there. Shoots wide. That's bloody lucky there. Fred had 2 players on him. Got bounced on the floor again as per bloody usual by Reece James. But look at this. Rashford's ball is terrible. Well, is it terrible or is it Fred's first touch? Well, somebody said it at the start of the game, though. You know, there's this, oh, you can't play Ronaldo because he doesn't press. Rashford's not very good at pressing either. Rashford's been picked because he's fast. And look at it again. Look, you've got to get up the pitch. If you're going to press, you've got to press properly. Wan-Bissaka does well there. I want to throw in. Go on. Move it quick. Come on. We're in there off. Show some urgency. Chelsea defence won't have an easier game all season. This came up. Hey, mate, it's not over yet. It's 0-0. We've got a chance. There could be a slip or something. We might get a chance. Don't think we've had a shot on goal. I'm not convinced that we have. I will tell you the stats now because I've got them on my own screen. And I can't see it. Well, apparently we've had a shot on goal. They've had 9. We've had 1. I think they've taken Bruno's cross to Rashford as a shot. That's the only thing. Unless anyone in the chat can tell me anything different, that's the only thing. I think they've counted Bruno's cross as a shot. You know, where he was trying to get that out. I don't know. Oh, Sancho had a chance. Sorry, I missed that. But I don't know where I was. Might have been in a, like, you know, when you fall asleep with your eyes open. Donny and Lingard would suit this system much more than McFred, says Zigard. Well, that's why I mentioned Lingard. I thought Lingard would be perfect for this. Like, Lingard would be perfect for this. I would have played Lingard instead of Rashford if you want to try and do this, whatever it is we're trying to do. McTominay late into the tackle. It was a shot by Sancho. Okay. See, that's not pressing. That's fouling somebody, McTominay, you bloody idiot. Oh, look, that's it. That's it. He'll be a fan favourite now, McTominay. He's got into a bit of a pushing contest with Rudiger. That's another 10 starts. Scooby-Doo. Bit of passion. That's it. So that's what it's all about. That'll make you popular again. That might be the shot on target then, the little ball over the top to Sancho where he chested it down. I don't think that can count as a shot, but maybe it does. We've doubled it up. That's 2. Miscontrol by Sancho counted as a shot and a cross by Bruno. That's weak by Telles. I don't rate Telles defensively. Reece James has bullied him there. Go on, Rashford. He's a bit wide. He's got no support. Go on, lay it off. No, Fred. Oh, come on. Calm down, Fred. Calm down, Fred. Just get up, Fred. Bloody hell. No back passing will be a struggle for McTominay and Rashford, says Mike. Nah, it's never a pen, that. It looks even worse in slow-mo. So basically, Fred gets the ball. He plays it through Rudiger's legs. You watch it in real time and you're like, but then you watch it back in slow time and it's like, yeah, he's took a tumble, Mr. Tumble. So it looks like we're going to get to half-time 0-0 here. I wish it was full-time. for more reasons than one. But I would love a point. I think a point would be 10 chances to 1. We're basically like a bottom half of the table team, aren't we? That's what our approach has been. McTominay's going to get a yellow card here. This team all believe they are so good as their paycheck tells them they are. Spoiler alert, they are not, says Brad Lewis. Lovely ball by Jorginho. I don't think that is a yellow card for McTominay, to be fair. But he has got it. He has got a yellow card. Another free kick for Chelsea. I mean, I suppose the master plan would be you can bring Ronaldo on with half an hour to go and try and score a goal. But remember, they've got Lukaku, Mason Mount, Pulisic, Havertz on their bench. Cross comes in. De Gea has to make a save at the end because it was one of those curlers towards the back post. There's been some semi-good pressing. You can see a better coach press would have Chelsea in trouble, says SK. Yeah, I would agree on that. I mean, I think, at times we've tried to press. At times we've sat back. It's been, but we've had one shot on goal. And I don't even think you can count that as a shot on goal, really. And the referee is actually blowing up for half time. I sense the coaches are vying for their jobs with the new manager with these pressing tactics, says Mike there. So give us your thoughts on that half. I mean, to be honest with you, massive game between Manchester United and Chelsea. I think from Chelsea's point of view, you'd probably be quite disappointed. Mark, do you think Ronaldo asked himself to be taken off the team since he knew we were going to park the bus? First super chat here, says Saycat. Look, we can't spend another half an hour talking about Cristiano Ronaldo being dropped at the end of the day. He isn't in the team, and I've got to be honest, I don't actually understand what Ronaldo wouldn't have done that Bruno's done or Rashford's done. I really just don't see. I don't agree with this whole Ronaldo's lazy nonsense. I think the way that United have pressed, Ronaldo could have done it. And if you wanted really high end, and if you're dropping Bruno because you want a high energy press with a high line, then you would drop Rashford and play Lingard. Like Lingard's very good at that sort of quick closing down. So I don't know why Ronaldo's been dropped. I think Bruno in that position is wasted. It doesn't suit him. I think Bruno's put a shift in. You can see his frustration. He's trying to, especially with Rashford, he keeps going. You've got to press with me, but this is the problem. If you press on your own, it doesn't work. And at times it's been okay. You've seen Fred come into the picture, Wan-Bissaka come into the picture, and we've had almost like a front six on Chelsea's back line. But a lot of the time we've just retreated or they've passed through us and they've got to the edge of our box, which is why they've had 10 shots and we've had 1. And, going back to what I said at the start, there is absolutely no way Ralph Ranyik's picked that team. If he'd picked that team, McTominay wouldn't play in that team. It would be Van der Beek. I think he would play Lingard instead of Rashford. And I think that United, I think it's just Michael Carrick auditioning, saying, look, I can play this way. I don't think United have been told or coached. Well, they haven't been coached, have they? They've not been coached by Ranyik. Who is Man United's manager? At the moment, it's Carrick, Skiki, and part of the bus football with Ronaldo on the bench said, sad about Sir Frank Williams passing, icon, legend. That is really not sad news, Mohammed. I didn't know that had happened. Rest in peace. But look, the story of the half is the fact that Chelsea have had 10 shots on goal and we've had 1, and I can't even remember what that 1 was. I'm convinced it was Bruno's cross shot, but we've not had a corner. We've not really been in their penalty box. I don't think we've been in the penalty box. I mean, have we been in the penalty box with the ball? Have we been in Chelsea's penalty box with the ball? I don't think we have. Got to be thankful it's 0-0, but we'll be shocked if it stays that way, says Lynn. Yeah, I think the positive is that that it's 0-0. But De Gea's man of the match because he made that great save very early on from Hudson-Odoi. Man of the match once again. Ronnie will have scraps to work on even if he comes on, says Choi Boy. And Fred's been the best player on our team and he has been playing good recently. McTominay's a shambles, says Parker. Well, look, McTominay got booked again just before half time. He made a couple of interceptions, but his passing was poor. He stands off Rudiger. Rudiger shoots from 35 yards. I just don't know. I don't know why he gets picked. I don't know why. His last good game was the opening game of the season. But in relation to Fred, look, there's been a few miscontrols. He's been bounced off the ball a couple of times. His passing's been bad a couple of times. But he does bring energy, and I think he is a player that you are going to see used by Ranyik because he's got nobody else. So I think with Fred, we need to see bits of positivity in Fred's game. And I think we did see little bits. There were some bad bits, admittedly. Look, Rome wasn't built in a day, but I think Fred is a player that's going to be very important. Darren Fletcher is communicating with someone via an earpiece and sending instruction to players, says James Robson. And I think we could nick this. Ronaldo wouldn't work against keep ball Chelsea. I don't think Rashi off, not working hard enough. Fred's been fantastic, says Skin. Fred got in penalty box last 5 minutes, says Darren. And new meta Carrick keep pressing, says SK. Fred was in the box when he flopped to the ground, says Harris. Exactly. And I think there's always been this thing about Fred that he is a box-to-box player as well, which he's not really been able to do, certainly for the last sort of, year under Ollie. Chelsea's headed pass is of pinpoint accuracy, while Manchester United's is terrible. It comes down to coaching, says Aditya. Yeah, well, look, I think the second half's going to be really interesting because Chelsea do have Lukaku on their bench, which I think, how fit is Lukaku? But he is a big problem. Like, literally, he's a big problem. Werner is quick, but, physically, Lindelof can deal with Werner, let alone Bailly. You bring Lukaku on and suddenly that becomes a bit of a problem for Manchester United. It could be a tale of two strikers, Ronaldo and Lukaku coming on in the second half. But it's not just that. Chelsea have really missed Kante. And, Kovacic has been out for a while. I don't really rate Loftus-Cheek. He's not of that level, of course. But they have got Havertz. They could bring him on. They've got Pulisic and they've got Mount. And I don't really feel like Ziyech's been that good. So, I think it's... look, Sky are talking about Man United's pressing. This is hype. This is hype. There's been 45 minutes and they're going to show the first minute of United pressing. Undoubtedly, there was moments in that game where they did press and they pressed well. But it was a small majority... they've had 10 shots on goal and we've not been in their penalty box. That's not effective pressing. So you can call it pressing, but it's not bloody good, is it? We've had no shots on goal. We've not been in the penalty box with the ball. They've had 10 shots on our goal and they're trying to say, oh, look at United's pressing. It's so much better. It's a false economy. Like, the only positive is that it's 0-0. Please get McTominay off. My eyes are burning. Fred has been decent. Not going to lie. Should have kept going instead of diving, says Benjamin. And I think he dove because he couldn't get to it. Aaron Wan-Bissaka and McTominay have not filled me with confidence at all, says Ollie. And Carrick just trying to avoid defeat. Part of the bus on steroids with Matic, Fred and McTominay along. No forwards out there, says Vinay. And the only positive, finally, we have a manager on the touchline and makes changes before the 80th minute, says Mustafa. Well, he is not the manager, Mustafa. He's not going to be the manager either, so it's not a positive. He's gone. But, look, if we can take a point here today, it's great on more than one level. One, it's not a loss. Two, it means that teams like Chelsea don't make the gap on us even bigger. And I'm not saying that we can catch Chelsea, but I do always look at how far you are off first place. And we don't want to be at the end of the season 30-something points off top, do we? So, look, it would be fantastic to get a point. It would be unbelievable to get a win. The game is not looking like United are going to win it. So, I do believe that we've got to score first. If we can score first, then, we've got a chance. I think if they score first, we're in trouble. But, look, I'd take 0-0 right now. Sharky, thank you very much for the super chat. And the only positive... Okay, we've done that one from that. So, look, changes-wise, it's interesting because I think if we really wanted to play and try and win this game, you take McTominay off and you bring Donny on, and it won't make a difference. Like, everyone gets lost in the Ronaldo argument, but if you took McTominay off and brought Donny on, what difference is that going to make? It's not going to make any difference. It's not like there's, you know, we're playing so deep with so many players around McTominay. It's not like, you know, but what you will get with Donny is intelligent pressing, good passing of the ball, and an outlet, and somebody who can feed the attack, and somebody who's disciplined as well. I think McTominay would for Donny would make such a difference to our chances in this game, because I think at times we have pressed quite well on the left-hand side. We've seen Fred pressing really well, supporting. We're almost a mismatch, actually, because Fred has pressed well from the midfield, but McTominay hasn't. Wan-Bissaka has pressed well from the fullbacks, but Telles hasn't. Sancho's pressed well from the right side of the attack, but Rashford hasn't. It's like and this is the problem with United. Fred's doing it well, McTominay's not. Wan-Bissaka's doing it well, Telles isn't. Sancho's doing it well, Rashford's not. And it's disjointed. And the whole point of a press is that you're only as strong as your weakest element. And we saw it a few times where we pressed quite well. Chelsea looked down the left-hand side. They can't do anything. They look at the Rashford side and, you know, they'll curl it round Rashford into the right, and he's just running at Telles. So we've got to be better in that area. Ronaldo obviously being rested for the Arsenal home match, as it's seen more as winnable, says Jamie. It's on Thursday, mate. You don't rest Ronaldo. He's been dropped. Face it. Chelsea have a suffocating, well-organised press. Our players are putting in effort, but it's not effective, so it's not organised. Ralph will change this, says Rafa. I think John McGinn would be perfect in your midfield. Strong all-rounder, closes people down quickly, brings intensity and drives forward to create, says David. And disgraceful first half. Fly Ranyik in now. Imagine the scenes if Ranyik comes parachuting onto the pitch, says Adam. And what you get from McTominay is good header from set pieces. He literally cleared multiple balls, says Surab. And 0-0 still in it, says Connor. And what a joke, mate. It says, I've Chelsea are on the training ground, says Oliver. Well, look, you know, there's a good point from there. I think McTominay may well have only been picked because of his height. So thoughts for the second half. Hopefully we just get keep the clean sheet. You know, I'm not gonna predict a result. I just hope we can keep a clean sheet, because if we keep a clean sheet, you don't lose the game, do you? If we get the win, I mean, look, a win would be massive, absolutely massive. But what am I talking about? Like, what am I talking about? Manchester United winning this game. We've not even had the ball in their box. Like, that's been confirmed. Have you seen Redknapp, etc., going on Ranyik already, asking to keep Carrick? Media waiting to devour Ralph. No, I haven't. What's that all about? Putting on McTominay over to Van der Beek is just diabolical. Just getting rid of Ollie won't change anything. The club is a laughing stock right now, says Tom. And Mark, I was thinking if we had won the Europa League, Ollie would still be in charge, similar to Arteta in the FA Cup at Arsenal. Yeah, he would. Omar, he would. I think Ronaldo and Van der Beek are set to impact subs like Bruno and Rashi against Villarreal, not been dropped, says Viraj. And sitting behind the ball with 10 men is not a tactic. Teams in the 4th division can do that. We're sitting back. Let's nick one. Tony Pulis, says Nate H. And also, this is what I mean with actual coaching. They get used to how to press together, what to do after getting the ball back, etc., says SK. Look, we're not going to do this. I'd be interested to see what you think in the chat. We won't do this, but if I was in charge, and please subscribe, by the way, we're only 200 away from 226,000. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. You can do your player ratings in the second half through the website. You mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. On the match reaction, they get aggregated, and when I give my score, it shows you your score as well. We've got the fan forum after that. Beth and Kev and everyone's on that. And obviously we'll have fan vlogs from the ground. Adam's there at that one as well. So lots to get involved in. And tomorrow, I think we'll be live. We've got Paul Ince, we've got Romano, and I think Ranyik will get announced tomorrow as well. So lots to get involved in. I turned 40 today, hoping to celebrate with the result. Hope you and United Stand community have a great Christmas, as Graham. Yeah, thank you very much. And you, a bit early, but yeah, Merry Christmas. And McTominay better than Donny, Sancho better than Cavani, Fred or Rashi, Ronaldo, Bruno, the Fred position, go in, win, nothing. We will concede in the second half, says Econ. And sitting behind the ball with, I mean, look, What I would like to see if I was making subs, and they won't happen, is I would pick. I would take McTominay off for Donny straight away. That would be my first substitution. Look, Ronaldo's been dropped now, so that's happened. I wouldn't have done it. I'm not desperate to bring Ronaldo on now. I would bring Donny on for McTominay because I think that would make us better in all areas. I would bring Ronaldo on for Rashford. I would put Ronaldo through the middle and move Bruno to the left. And if that doesn't work, I would take Bruno off and bring Lingard on for the last 20. Because it's disjointed now. You know, Bruno's not going to get into the position he wants to play. I personally think you could play Bruno in the midfield in that system. You could put Bruno where McTominay is and take McTominay off for Ronaldo. You could do that. But that's what I would do. And let's not forget, McTominay is not a baller. He's not a passer. And he's on a yellow card. So McTominay is the substitution I would make. But it feels to me like Rashford's just there for pace. I've took a few notes, and Rashford's there for pace. If you want to press, just bring Lingard on. Like I said, look at where United are in the league at the moment as well. 9th. I thought we were in 10th. Something was. Right. Okay. Dan James in this system. Yeah. Glad he's gone. Yeah. Please subscribe, by the way. We're in 10th. That's where we are in the league table at the moment. I think we're up into 8th because we have a point as it stands. But the players are coming out for the second half here. You know, look, there might be a second half FC. Dreams can come. Stop singing Gabrielle. Even I don't want to sing Gabrielle. So second half is about to start. There is no substitution. I definitely would have took off McTominay. I think that would have been a very good idea in this scenario, but it's not going to happen.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, what the bloody hell am I doing here? I was looking at something else. Anyway, second half. Let me tell you what the time is. What? Yeah. 17, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So no substitutions for Manchester United. No substitutions for Chelsea either. And I saw Ronaldo Adil, Ronaldo will definitely come on. Yeah, he will. He will definitely come on. Look at Rashford again. That's a wild pass by Rashford into Fred. He basically shoots it at him. It's just bloody. That's the second time I've seen Rashford do that today. He's like shooting the ball at Fred. Lukaku's not on, no. Yeah. So. Oh yeah. No, I thought it was something like it was a problem. I was just having. It looked different, so I just wanted to have a look at the set. Is it? Right. I'll have a look later then. I like the old one, to be honest. But yeah, I'll have a look in a bit. Anyway, there's no substitutions for either team at the moment. McTominay will go off one way or another in the next 15. I agree with you on that, Jody. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it will have to happen. I really hope we ditch that rugby league style kickoff under Ranyik. Hoof it into the air and hope someone's under it, says Nick Pitt. I don't know why we do that. They're trying to show Fletcher's ear that Ranyik's in his ear. I mean, I think we're stretching a little bit to think that there might be something happening with that. Now look at this press from Chelsea. They've won the ball. That's how you press. Good block by Lindelof. Rashford, you bloody idiot. Absolutely. I tell you what, Rashford's not on it today. He's really not. Lucky there, you know. His foot's ridiculously high. He's very lucky that he doesn't catch him. It's not a red card. He's like, his foot was... Anyway, another chance for Chelsea. They're not the best start from United, second half. But yeah, if you want to look at pressing and how United need to improve, watch Chelsea when they press there. There's 4 or 5 of them, and it's how they run, and it's the second wave of the press that when United try and pass the ball, the second wave makes sure they get to the ball before the receiver. But they've been doing it for a lot longer than us. Well away by Rashford. Go on, Fred. Bruno just boots it. Here we go. Oh, Jorginho, this is it. Sancho, 1-0 to Manchester United. Jorginho bottles it. Manchester United take the lead. I said we were going to need a little bit of luck. We were going to need a big mistake. And we've got the big mistake. Jorginho all on his own. Oh, the touch of a trampoline. And Sancho ends up running through one-on-one. And he's got Rashford at the side of him. He doesn't need him. Rashford might have got himself into an offside position anyway. But 1-0 to Manchester United. And Sancho scores again on the break. It's Bruno who just boots it forward. And Jorginho, to be fair, he doesn't know what he's trying. I don't know what he's doing. But the pace of Sancho and Rashford to chase it down leaves him in all sorts of problems. It's a horrific mistake by Jorginho. It's a long... I mean, I don't know what he's trying to do. He's trying to take it down, and really, he probably should just boot it. But it doesn't matter because Manchester United lead 1-0, and it's Sancho. Sancho with Jorginho assist. Get in. 1-0 to Manchester United. Long way to go, but the first goal's always the key. Said this. If we score first, we've got something to hold on to. Carrick can't get the job. Don't worry. Ranyik's getting the job tomorrow. Don't calm down, everyone. Well, I'm very excited now because I'm thinking, can Chelsea score 2 goals in 40 minutes? If we really just do park the bus now. It was a Fred-esque touch by Jorginho, to be fair, yeah. But that all side, we have a bad record at Stamford Bridge, Manchester United, and we're just going to have to defend well now. Really going to have to defend well. When you go 1-0 up, and against a team like this, you've got to keep it for as long as possible, because if they got 1-1 very quickly, the crowd are up for it, go for the win, and we've got to keep this for at least 20 minutes. Keep it at this scoreline for 20 minutes. Don't do anything stupid. I actually don't want us to start high pressing now. I'm like, let's move back. Remember what Ollie taught you? That's what we want. Just play deep now. No. We've got to keep it now. What a massive 3 points. Oh, I've done it now. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, Bruno's just smashed it up front. But I've got to be fair to Jorginho. It's a brilliant assist. But banter aside, to be fair to Bruno, to be fair for Jorginho, Bruno's just blasted it, and it's very high. Jorginho's on the halfway line on his own. The ball's there, and he's really got to do something with it first time, because if he doesn't, like he does, then it's yellow card for Reece James now. Then it's that's what happens. I mean, really, what Jorginho should do is just boot it, but he's tried to take it down. And I think even if he took it down, he would have been in problems. It's another lucky goal in a way, isn't it? You know, it's like the first goal against Villarreal. An error. Let's hope we can make it 2-0. 2-2 for Sancho, yeah. Ballon d'Or, Jorginho, sit down, says Alligator. Yeah, he's got no chance now. Messi's smiling. That'll be the microwave. Go on, second ball. Rashford, make a run. Here we go. Here we go. Tellez is there. It's a bit of confidence in United's team at the moment. Tellez. Oh, it's a good cross by Tellez, but that's where you need Ronaldo. Here's McTominay. Bruno. Bit of possession by United. United are actually doing quite well at the moment here. Chelsea are a bit shell-shocked, and United having a bit of playing with a bit of confidence. That goal. This is the thing about United. When we score first, we become a confident team. When we concede, our heads drop. We're on the ball, says Barnaby. We are on the ball. Ian says, again, wife is gone. United scores. # wife out. I hope she's gone to get a cup of tea or anything like that. I hope you've not, sent her out. This could mean Carrick ends as the only interim in history with a 100% record, says Mike Thomas. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, well done, Lindelof. I don't rate Loftus-Cheek. I think we're quite lucky that Loftus-Cheek has played for Chelsea today. I don't rate him. They're in a 2v1 here. And where's the midfield there? Someone's got to try. 2v1, he's just got to get it past Lindelof, and he's not managed to do it. But he should have done better there, but I'm glad he didn't. Alonso on the corner. Defend it well. Oh, yes. They've got another corner here. Thought it was a goal kick. Cleared away. Fred. Wait for Rashford. Oh, Rashford's going to go for it. He's not got the pace. What's that ball? It's not terrible. It will find its way to Sancho. Oh, God, I tell you what. I don't know. I think I was the only one who thought that was close from Fred. He put a cross in, and I thought Rashford was going to get a tap in. But Man United are breaking away well now, and we need to be careful about breaking away. This win would be massive for momentum for Ranyik. Oh, Jono, don't get me too excited. I mean, as I said, this game today was always, hard, and it was always, if we could just get something. I want the win. A point's a good thing, but there's a long way to go in this game. 35 minutes to go. The one time I'll say, park the bus, park the bus. Well, they've got a corner here. I didn't even know it was a corner. Hey, Timo! He's missed. Yeah, he's Timo doing Timo things. I was worried here. It comes to him on the back post. He's just outside the 6-yard box, and he's volleyed it. I don't even know how he's managed to shoot that way and go wide. He's on this side of the goal, and he's volleyed it that side of the goal. Timo. I've got a feeling it might be our day. Lukaku's in a big coat. He's not. I don't think Lukaku's coming on anytime soon. McTominay, go wide. Don't go backwards. That's not the Ranyik way. You've got to go forwards. No, you failed. You've got to go forwards. Fred knows. Drop Donny into that team. That's what I'm saying. Drop Donny into that team, and it's all good. What's going on here then? Rashford. Oh, foul on Rashford. Ronaldo looks like he might be coming on. I mean, this is the thing. The team's winning 1-0 without Ronaldo. He never should have been dropped in the first place, but I don't know that Ronaldo now suits this game. Oh, Werner. That's intelligent running by Eric Bay, because if he goes to the ball there, ZX through. Good. Well done. Well done. They'll take Ziyech off soon. Fred having a go at McTominay for not passing forward, says Lee Taylor. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's something that, look, if the McTominay era is to continue under Ranyik, he's going to have to start passing forward. He's one of the most worst players we've got at passing backwards. And Fred today has been pretty good at that. Well done, Lindelof. I'll tell you what, I'll give him a shout out. Lindelof's had a good game. It's another corner. 9 corners to Chelsea. I mean, look, there's smash and grabs and there's smash and grabs. And, our goal was on the counter-attack. Like, let's not forget. Now, here's Rashford. How quick is Rashford? Is he quicker than Hudson-Odoi? No, he's not. He's decided not to do it. No, he's got to look for a pass there, Rashford. Fred's played well. Lindelof's played well. Obviously, De Gea's done his bit again. Sancho's, I think I've been impressed with Sancho again. They'd probably be my big standout players for United today. I mean, look, it's 1-0 because they made a mistake. But I don't really care. And you can look at the stats, and we've had no corners. I don't think we've been in their penalty box with the ball until we scored the goal. So look at it's the Mike Phelan look. I'm Mike Phelan. What's he do? What does Mike Phelan actually do? He looks bored. Oh, you're going on, Ronaldo? Here, hold up. Ronaldo's coming on. I'd take McTominay off and drop Bruno into the midfield. That's what I'd do. God, 570 is shite, isn't it? Yeah. Especially when he's sat there. Yeah. But they won't figure it out. It's all in code. People will be like, what's he on about? 570? What does 570 mean? Half an hour to go. We're relaxed at the moment. Donny for Scott should have happened in the first bloody minute. Well, it should have happened before the game kicked off. I don't think that'll happen. It's Ronaldo who's warming up. I mean, Carrick clearly doesn't like Donny van der Beek, which is no surprise. Considering Carrick and McKenna were the coaches for Ollie. Lindelof has been fantastic, says Carson. I mean, look, I'm not going to say I'm confident that we won't concede because that's stupid. But I think we have defended well. Our defense has been better without Harry, says Mustafa. It's funny, you never know. But I think the mobility of Bailly and Lindelof over Maguire suits a game like this. I don't know. I don't, maybe would have been absolutely fine with Harry Maguire in the team, but I think, Eric Bailly again has shown that he should be getting more game time at Manchester United. That's a goal kick, so Manchester United. Yeah, you never know. You never know what Ranyik might do. Ronaldo's coming on and Sancho coming off. Don't agree with that. It can only be for pace. Rashford's not actually had a very good game. It can only be for his counter-attacking pace. Interestingly, Chelsea haven't made any subs with 65 minutes. This is you do start to feel that United are going to get a result here. I'm not saying, maybe that result will be a draw, which many of us would have taken. I mean, I felt when the team news came out, this was going to be 2-0. And look, it could easily have been 2-0. Easily could have been 2-0 to Chelsea when you look at the balance of the game. It's, we've scored a goal because of... that is a foul, McTominay. Give him the bloody ball. It's... but it's defensively, it's been a good performance from Manchester United that has provided the platform for the mistake to happen in the first place. I don't think Chelsea could say they've been unlucky not to score. It's either been a good block or a good save by De Gea. So defensively, we've been pretty good. And when I say defensively, I mean people like Lindelof and Bailly and De Gea. And another good cross, and it's another corner. Looked like this was a goal kick. But I think, he's given it. Been impressed with Matic this half, says Sean Turner. Yeah, I thought Matic in the first half was okay. Second half, much better. It's another corner, isn't it? Yeah. God, how many corners have they had? We've not had one. I think Sancho took a knock. That's why he came off, says David. Yeah, maybe. I don't know about that, David. Well done, Bruno, there on the front post. 25 minutes to go. Another break, another break, another break. Where are you going, Fred? What's he doing? What's he doing? He's given a penalty. Is he giving a penalty? Oh, you're having a laugh. No, you can't give a... That's never a bloody penalty. That's getting overruled. That is never a pen. Oh, my God. That is such a soft penalty. That is a joke. So unlucky. I don't think it's going to get overruled, but it's one of those... I've seen it before. I remember it happening to Bayern Munich a couple of years ago. It's basically the ball's there. Wan-Bissaka's gone to kick it, and Thiago Silva's foot's there going to kick it as well, and he's kicked the foot of Thiago Silva. It's a penalty, but I just think it's so unlucky, and it's not what we deserve. We don't deserve that. We don't. I'm not going to pretend it's not a penalty. I think it is, and I don't think it's going to get overturned. I just think it's one of those, sometimes when a player goes in or handballs it and you go, well, you're a bloody idiot. I think Wan-Bissaka he's trying to clear the ball. And he has kicked the player when he's done it. But the trouble is there's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing that Wan-Bissaka or McTominay or Bailly or if it was a Chelsea defender, you've got to go and kick it. And I thought it was a bit soft, but when I've seen it on the replay, it is a penalty. VAR is not going to look at that. And it's Jorginho who gets the chance to. Come on, David. Come on, David. He's saved his last two. Go right. Go to your left, David. Go to your left. It's Jorginho. Is he going to have a nightmare or redemption? Nightmare or redemption for Jorginho. Here we go. David. Oh, it's redemption. It's Jorginho redemption, and it's 1-1. And I'm worried now. I'm worried now because, to be honest with you, we've had no corners. They've had about 1 million. They've had way more shots on goal. We've only got a goal because Jorginho made a mistake. And what was looking like being a really good win, it's reality bites, isn't it? We've parked the bus here today, and we've got a goal on the break, quite fortuitously. And now we face 20 minutes. I think Wan-Bissaka's a bit unlucky on that. It is a penalty, but I just think it's a bit unlucky that, you know, he's got to try and clear the ball. It's a reaction, and Thiago Silva's foot's there and it's caught it. But fucking great. Oh dear. And I mean, really, he should have took McTominay off. Why is he not taking McTominay off? I'm surprised that Tuchel, that he's not made any substitutions. With 20 minutes to go, they've got so many good players they could bring on. Another corner. How many corners have they had now? I can't see anything. We need another mistake here. 20 minutes. Alonso. Who wants it? Mark, you look absolutely knackered, mate, says Bog. I was out late last night. I had a few. Yeah. I'm looking forward to going to bed. But 70 minutes. You can do your player ratings. We'll have that open on the website soon. I'll let you know when the link's available. But we've got Ronaldo's on now. Chelsea. This is exactly what I said when we want 1-0 up. If they get 1-1 with 20 minutes to go, the crowd's just going to be on them. Oh, here we go. Look at McTominay. Mate, you're a crap midfielder. Like, start playing good in the midfield, and that will really help us. Stop getting into arguments off the ball. I don't know why he's still on the pitch. If you brought, why won't he just take McTominay off? Like, I think he's on the verge of a yellow card as well. Oh, here we go. Chelsea shot. He's got to make a change here. They're all over us on the back post. Reece James and a wide shot by Ziyech. Why is McTominay on the pitch? This is a joke and just proves that Carrick is the prat behind Ollie's failure, says Elvin. Mark, would you let Loftus-Cheek clap? Okay, Panam. They need to sell McTominay to Leeds with that other prat, Dame Dan James, says Brad Lewis. And hi, mate, remember me. Also thoughts on Joe Linton's trim, says Charlie Bell. Haven't seen it, mate. And Mark, okay, done that one. Get Ronaldo off this team, though. A coincidence he comes on and Chelsea scores, says Mikey. And it's, I think he's bringing Lingard on. Lingard. Somebody just said there in the chat, Man City are miles better than Chelsea. Not massively been impressed with Chelsea today, but they've still dominated the ball. They've still had loads of corners. They've still been the better team by a very long way. And as I said, I think Chelsea's big problem today is that Donny is coming on, apparently. Good. Donny time. Get Donny on. Your mood watching United just goes up and down like a roller coaster, doesn't it? Like at the moment, I'm like, oh, we're going to lose this. You can just tell. And then if we make those substitutions, I'm like, there might be a chance. There might be a chance. Lovely play by Bruno into Fred. Drive, Fred. Ronaldo's the ball. Oh, what did you ignore it for, Fred? It needed to go 3 seconds ago. He's offside there, Fred, surely. He's wandered. We've won a corner. We've won a bloody corner. Does McTominay think he's the Poundland Roy Keane? He's been comfortably the worst player on the pitch, says Brad Lewis. Mark, I swear on everything. If McTominay gets sent off, I'm going to lose it. The second he got the first, I knew it was bad. He can't control himself, says Akil. Well, we've got a corner here. Now, McTominay's big. I'm setting the scene. His name's Scott. His second name's McTominay. He's tall. It's a corner. Oh, it didn't work. I tried. Player ratings is open on the website, by the way. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Lingard is coming on. I suspect this will be for Bruno. Be very surprised if it's not. I don't know that Donny's coming on. Somebody mentioned Donny was coming on. I don't know that that's actually happening. Oh, lovely. Look at that. Look at the skills by Matic there. Come on, push forward. Forward. I've lost the ball again. Going to go home here, McTominay, all the way back to Dyer. 56, 75 minutes, 15 to go. Matic. Matic has been good second half, definitely. Player ratings link is in the video description. It's in the second paragraph or the first paragraph. It's the second link. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Star for your man of the match. We'll go through that on the match reaction. Do we miss Maguire, says Sam? What? Why? Why would we miss Maguire? Yellow card for Bruno. Rudiger's a shit house, isn't he? I'd like him to play for United, but he gets in everybody's face. Definitely a yellow by Bruno. He's gone for the ball. I think he's coming off for Lingard. Bit of energy. Last 15 minutes. Probably makes sense. Do you think Ollie was stubborn not listening to his coaches? Oh, Rashford's coming off now. That's probably not. To be fair, that's the right substitution. I think Rashford's been. I would imagine that Rashford's rating in the player ratings will not be the best. McTominay must be fantastic at driving in reverse, says Sean Finity. I'm just stunned that he hasn't bothered to take McTominay off. Actually, Chelsea making a double substitution here. Pulisic and Mount coming on. Surprised they didn't do this a little bit earlier for... they're going to a back four, I think, Chelsea. Taking Alonso off. So Alonso and Hudson-Odoi coming off. And Pulisic and Mount coming on. So I don't know what they'll do down that left-hand side. Tactical. Interesting. Please subscribe, by the way. We're only a couple of hundred away from 227,000. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. We've got the match reaction coming up after this. You can do your player ratings on that. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. 13 minutes to go. Look, I'd love United to get a breakaway goal again. I mean, can it happen twice? Can Lightning strike twice? We were very lucky to score the first one. We've not done anything. I mean, look, the Villarreal result was a good result, but for 70 minutes we were dreadful. And then we won the game 2-0, and everyone remembers the last 20 minutes. We were dreadful in that first 70 minutes. Today, we looked like we could win the game for a bit, and then we've given a penalty away. But we've been, I wouldn't say we've been dreadful, but yeah, I wouldn't say we've been dreadful, but we've definitely not been we've not been good in relation to creating any chances. And Chelsea trying to get a shot off in the box there, but it's cleared. Got enough people back. It's not 2-1. I don't know why people think it is 2-1. Can we block the 2-1 people in the chat? Just get them rid of them. It annoys people. It doesn't bother me because I'm live chatting away. But if we've got some moderators, can we just block them? It's not 2-1. How can it be 2-1? I'm actually live, like second for second virtually, and we're nowhere near the goal. So it's not 2-1. And I don't know what sort of idiot it takes in the chat to think it is 2-1 when you're watching me watch the game and we're nowhere near the goal. So how can it be 2-1? Ziyech into the box. Straight at De Gea. Thank God for that. Ten minutes to go. And what? Look, Burnley got a draw at Stamford Bridge. If we can get a draw here, I'll be over the moon. Not that we are Burnley, but, you know. Lukaku's coming on. Are we going to hold out here? Chelsea just getting more and more close to our half. That's always what a takedown. But is that Mount? Or is it Pulisic? I feel like this is going to be, if we can get through this, this is going to be really, 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 you know, my man of the match is going to be a defender. Mark, yes, McTominay's been bad today, but is it time to seriously question Rashford too? If his name was Martial, he'd be getting pelters, says Brad. I think you do make a good point, Brad. I think you make a very good point. You know, unfortunately, you can't hide from the fact that Scott McTominay's been poor again. But, you know, Rashford wasn't good again either. Lukaku's on. Is it written? Is it written in the stars? Go on then. Go on, Fred. Bruno, come on, work the opportunity. Now we've got it high up the pitch. Oh, Bruno's got to be careful here. We don't want to lose anyone for Arsenal. We're in that area. We're in that. I'll tell you what, I'd be half interested to take Bruno off because don't want to lose Bruno for Arsenal. 8 minutes to go. Nervy now. Oh, is that another corner? Bloody hell. They must be up to like 20 corners for them now. Bay's done very well, says Vihan. Another corner for Chelsea. Headed over. Thiago Silva. I've just put a tweet out about Eric Bailly. You can check it out on @MarkGoldbridge. It was actually Loftus-Cheek who had it over there. If you think about the performance against Atalanta, you think about his performance again today in big games away from home. Eric Bailly, quick, strong in the air, playing left-sided centre-back as well. Lindelof is the senior pro. He plays more regularly, Lindelof. And Lindelof, you would have expected, would have moved to the left. But Eric Bailly's played to the left with Tellez. That's our weak side. And they've played very, very well. Very well indeed. Why is Fred marking Lukaku on corners? Whose bright idea is this? Well, Luke, it's called zonal marking. It's a joke. 5 minutes to go. This would be a really good point for United. Come on. Take a point. Oh, that's a nice. It's just backs to the wall at the moment for United. Cross comes in. Goal kick. I think Reece James has gone to left back, hasn't he? They've gone for it with a flat back four. Bruno has been garbage today, says Yardy. I think you've just got an agenda, mate. To be honest, I don't think are we seriously going to say that Bruno's been worse than Scott McTominay and Rashford? I mean, come on. This is what people talk about, this xenophobic problem with people, that they have to go in on the foreign players. Scott McTominay has been abysmal again for like the 10th game in a row, or however long it is since Leeds. And Rashford's not been great either. But come on. He said play on. I mean, Ronaldo's done sod all since he came on the pitch. I've not noticed Lingard yet. I think the only forward that's had a good game is Sancho. God. It's a decent cross. Eric Bailly again. Come on. David De Gea has been good. Look, I think Matic second half's been superb. I think Fred's been pretty decent. I think Lindelof and Bailly have been fantastic. And obviously David De Gea has made big saves again. Another corner. Five minutes of normal time to go. Manchester United, this would be a big point. I mean, look, obviously you want to win your games, but we would have all taken a draw before kickoff. It would be a massive point for United in the circumstances, especially when you consider we've taken 4 points from our last 21. David De Gea, that's surely a foul. Somebody get it. Here we go. Lingard, you're all on your own. No, he's got no chance. Absolutely no chance. Lingard taking on Reece James there for pace. If you want Rashford in that position. Oh, we go! He's made a mistake. Mendy to Fred. Oh, Fred! Bloody Fred! What a prat, Fred! Oh, what is he doing? He thinks he's Messi. He thinks he's got a left foot like Messi. He's got a left foot like a brick. What is he doing there? Bloody Fred! Mendy passes it to him. It's a 2v1. And he bloody tries to chip the keeper. He's just play it to Ronaldo. Bloody Fred. That was it. That was the chance. What's he trying to do? What is he trying to do in that situation there? We've been gifted a winner. Mendy passes it out. It's a terrible pass by Mendy. Fred's there. What's he doing? Slip. Dude, just slip Lingard in. Just slip Lingard in. It was Ronaldo. It wasn't Ronaldo. It was Lingard. Slip him in. Bruno's coming off. That was a chat. I mean, Fred's played well. I'm not knocking Fred's performance. He's been good today, but it could have been even better than a point. It really could. Ziyech. Chelsea going for the win. You never know. It still could be there on the break. McTominay's gone down. The ball's hit him in the face. Smacked. Well, it's knockout. Smacked him right on the chin, Ziyech there. Scooby-Doo. Right in the face. We're really nearly at 90 points here. 90 points, 90 minutes. I wish we had 90 points. 90 minutes. You know what I think? Statistically, Chelsea have absolutely battered us. They've had loads of corners, everything. And if we can take the point and move on, start a new generation under Ralph Ranyik and see where we go, because we've done well to get a point here. When you look at the goal we scored, which was from a silly mistake by Jorginho, we've really not created anything. And they've had loads and loads and loads of corners, loads and loads of half chances. And to take a point in this, I think, is a good point for United, really. And let's get that reset done. That's what I think. Donny has just handed Fred a love letter from Ollie, says Mr. Majax. Yeah, please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. There's 5 minutes added on here. Bruno's gone off. Donny's come on. McTominay's played a full 90 minutes again. So Lingard's on and Ronaldo's on. So Sancho, Bruno and Rashford have all gone off, the front three, and he's changed it. So McTominay got smacked in the face with the ball. He said, I smacked it right on the side of the face, Scooby-Doo. I bloody don't know what hit me, man. I can't understand it. I just can't do it anymore. Bloody hell. I'm feeling a bit dizzy. Now the captain gets subbed off after being arguably poor. Scotty's still on, says Eric. And let's be positive, everyone. Great job, says John O'Neill. Jamie said McTominay's his man in match, says Harris. And Donny has just handed Fred over. I'd love that. I would love it. I'd love him to be man of the match. But how? Like, I haven't seen how. Like, based on what? Like, what has he done in that game that makes him man of the match? I don't even understand. Like, De Gea's made world-class saves. Bailly and Lindelof have been bloody superb. Fred's been good. Matic has been good. But I don't know. I don't even know how. I don't know. Now I feel guilty because I'm like, have I missed something? Like, this is the thing. I don't know. I can't think of how he's been made man of the match. I've got no idea. So I don't know. I'm gonna tweet it. Ronaldo. Oh. Chelsea played like crap, but I don't think people should be going on about how much better City and Liverpool are than Chelsea. Just a bad game, says Albert. McTominay's the biggest myth in our team. At least there are moments, albeit small ones, where Fred looks like he can do something, says Aram. Baye or De Gea, man of the match for me, says Cam. And McTominay, man of the match by Sky. What are they watching? We've got a... I think Tuchel's going to get in trouble here. Yellow card. Well, the ball is in the right end at the moment. It's in the Chelsea end. Throw in to Manchester United with a minute to go. Links in the video description, by the way. The first link is 25% off for Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. You can get 25% off. What you do is just go in, if you want to buy a hoodie or whatever like that, and when you put it into the basket, it will take the 25% off automatically. That's for today. You can get one of these if you want. But the second link is your player ratings. That will take you to the website. You can mark every player out of 6. Out of 10, 6 being the average, star for your man of the match. So we'll Sky can give it to McTominay. Let's see what we do. What you vote for. We can get onto that. There you go. But stunning that they've given it to him. But at the end of the day, that's their decision, and they've gone with it. 1 minute of normal time to go. And it's a free kick to us. I think we are going to get the point. It's a good point for Manchester United. It's not the win we wanted. Well, it's not the win we ever thought we were going to get. I don't think we even thought we were going to get a point. So let's take it. The reset starts here, hopefully. Fan forum 25, 5 to 7, 7. I don't know. Eric Baye's just picked up a yellow card here. I think Eric Baye should start against Arsenal. Yeah, be about right. Is it good? It's just mad, isn't it? It's amazing how paid ex-footballer pundits give somebody a man of the match who's been not man of the match. Oh, Lingard, just put the bloody cross in. Why didn't you put the cross in there? We've got people queuing up, trying to get on the end of it. Foul to Chelsea. Is he blown up? Are they going to let him take it? Oh, no. Watch out. Ziyech. Do your work, Ronaldo. Cross comes in. No! Yes! Bloody hell. On the back post. Rudiger, free, volley, over the bar. And we live to take a point. And I think when you look at these stats afterwards, you'll think, how did United get a point out of this? But he should have hit the target as well. Massive chance. You just don't want it to fall to a centre-back in that situation. But we did. Big chance for Rudiger on the back post. And, a couple of weeks ago, he buries that and it's 10-0. It's progress. A bit of a scrappy 1-1 draw for Manchester United. Ref's blown the whistle, I think. Huge chance for Rudiger right at the end. And hopefully that's the end of Carrick. Ronaldo came off straight down the tunnel. Didn't look particularly happy, did he, actually, Ronaldo, coming off there? But 1-1 for Manchester United. We'll take that. It's a good point for us, and we will take that. And lots to discuss in the match reaction. Did Ranyik set that team up? Did we play like a Ranyik team? Did we bollocks? And we will talk about Ranyik and what happens next, because I still think that team needs a hell of a lot of work. I think people like Marcus Rashford, Scott McTominay need to be taken out of that team at the moment. They're really underperforming. And then also, I don't think people like Harry Maguire should be walking back into that team. Lindelof and Bailly tonight, absolutely fantastic. So huge win for Manchester United. I will see you on the match reaction in a minute's time. Do your player ratings, links in the video description. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. And I'll see you over there in a minute.